The only sign of life in this miserable ass town. The Neil Rogers Show. And he's still on.
Wonderful WQAM.
It's Friday, you bastards.
Me estoy muriendo aquí.
Increíble.
Castro, get out of Cuba. We just can't use ya. You've been around way too long.
Yes.
Castro, you ugly bastard. Too long you've lasted. The Bay of Pigs should have worked. Fidel, you make me sick. Get out of Cuba quick. You are so goddamn rich, you amigo, son of a bitch. Baseball, we know you like. Are you behind the strike?
Yes.
Where were you in 63? Did you kill Kennedy?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Muerte.
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 Muerte. Muerte. Muerte.
All these
Muerte.
things.
Get out now and free your nation. Are you into masturbation? Fidel will lift the embargo. Cuba will become another Key Largo. USA. USA. We're turning all the rafts and boats away. Lucy! Castro, get out of Cuba. We just can't use ya. You've been around way too long.
Yes.
Castro, you ugly bastard. Too long you lasted. The Bay of Pigs should have worked.
Hey, puppy!
Fidel, you make me sick. Get out of Cuba quick. You are so goddamn rich, you amigo son of a bitch. Baseball, we know you like. Are you behind the strike? Where were you in 63? Did you kill John Kennedy? Muerte!
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 Muerte! Muerte! Get out now and free your nation. Are you into masturbation? Fidel will lift the embargo. Cuba will become another Key Largo. USA! USA! We're turning all the rafts and boats away.
Lucy!
Lucy!
Had to play that today to get started because Miguel, we got Miguel and the Scott Jr. today. George is laying out.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And of course, a lot of those drop-ins that you folks heard, that was Miguel, because that's about the only thing that gets him animated on this show is when it has something to do with Fidel, Cuba, Fidel. That's all he cares about. Because he's really, born in Chicago, one of those people. Yesterday's poll, we better get poll intensive here, okay, in a real hurry. I noticed that we didn't really have a crossover there, did we, Scott?
No, we didn't.
With Pharrell. I know he's not having a crossover with Mo at 8 o'clock because he hates him like poison. I don't know what the reason is we're not having a crossover, no Mo on this show.
What'd you do to him?
Yeah, probably must be something I did. Well, I told Clarence and Duff that if they'd go in there and put masking tape over his mouth, we'd all be in a lot less trouble. I told him that. But other than that, I didn't know anything. In fact, I thought that yesterday I went on here in a hysterical defense of my close personal friend, Pharrell. I thought I did that. But evidently, well, maybe he just wants to get the hell out of there. Can you blame him? No. Wants to get out of there in a real hurry. Hightail it before another one of the meetings, before they tell him they want to hold his meet again. Here's our poll from yesterday, and speaking of Lucy, she didn't do, okay, but not that great. Nobody don't like Lucy, do they? Probably a lot of punks don't have any idea who Lucille Balls was. Jim Mandich wins hands down, baby.
All right.
Who do you think is or was the most universally liked celebrity? Nobody don't like the Mad Dog. 146 votes, wins in a landslide. Not just wins, but wins in a landslide. They love the Mad Dog.
All right. I want to give you a kiss.
Muhammad Ali, 96. Fred Rogers, 95. Mickey Mouse, 93. See, we could have put all the cartoon characters on there, but
Eisner?
Mickey has a special place on his show in the hearts of this audience. Elvis, 87. Princess Di, 85. Let's all go watch Princess Di. Bob Hope, 81. Johnny Carson, 65. Walter Cronkite, 45. Lucy, 38. When you thought she would have done better than that? Lucy, only 38. Jimmy Stewart, 27. Clint Eastwood, 27. Paul McCartney, 26. Jacques Cousteau, 23. Andy Griffith, 21. John Belushi, 18. Gilda Radner, 17. Should have done a lot better than that, but a lot of people confuse her with Rosanna Dana Leighton. And as a result, they hate her like poison because they think that she really is that bitch, Rosanna Dana. Probably Miguel likes her, too. Bill Cosby, 16. Knows how quiet he is. George Burns, 15. Harry Carey and Frank Sinatra, 14 apiece. Jackie Gleason, 11. And after that, Paul Harvey had 9. We had over 1,100 votes. Bob Barker, only 8. Now, that's amazing. Bob Barker, you'd have thought would have done better than that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
8 votes. Elizabeth Montgomery, 7. Marilyn Monroe, 6. Steve Allen, 6. Joe DiMaggio, 4. And Barbara Eden had only a small pair. And there's still a small pair. I can't believe that. Barbara Eden had only 2. Sometimes you folks just astonish and astound me with your failure to really grasp the situation. Speaking of that, boy, I got a whole pile of books here. Can I put them down eventually? Because they're taking up too much space on my counter. I just bought these last night. Molly Ivins, Bushwhacked, Life in George W. Bush's America. We'll get these all on our website, if Eric ever gets with it. The Lies of George W. Bush, Mastering the Politics of Deception by David Korn. Then, of course, the Al Franken book I already had. Paul Krugman, The Great Unraveling, Losing Our Way in the New Century. And I don't have the new Michael Moore book yet because we don't have it yet. Called Dude, Where's My Country? But I'm sure I'm going to be getting that over the weekend. So there's my big pile on the floor. U.S. military officials say 2 more American soldiers were killed late last night and 4 others wounded. The casualties came in an ambush less than a day after the fatal car bombing that killed 10 people, including the driver, in the same Baghdad neighborhood. Anybody out there watch, and I wonder if it was only WNED and Buffalo Public Television, because otherwise we're going to start thinking conspiracy. There was that great show on Frontline last night about the Iraq War and why do they keep putting Richard Pearl on there? They must have some obsession with that son of a bitch. They keep talking to this miserable bastard. I'd rather see Mo on there. But at any rate, it was pretty interesting. But at about 9:35, a little over a half hour into the show, started the audio started like every 10 seconds. The audio was screwed up. And of course, WNED in Buffalo is the only PBS station I can get here, so I have no idea whether it was like a network problem, whether it was just a Buffalo affiliate problem, or whether it was like sabotage from the damn Nazis. And since nobody else there saw it, obviously, because they were busy, Scott was at the Panther game with 17,000 other people. Oh, Miguel was also at the Panther game.
Yes.
For free.
Yes. Yes.
And there were like 17,000. They had only 2,000 unsold, 2,000 empty seats. I don't want to say unsold because a lot of those seats are giveaways. A lot of them are freebies. But that's not a bad crowd against a very mediocre Carolina team. Panthers won 3-1. Oh! There you go. And everybody's all excited about that. We got the Cubs and the Marlins, Game 3 tonight at PP Park. I heard Wayne actually call in this morning on the Mo Show.
Yeah, he did.
I heard that. Old Baldy. Hey, by the way, Wayne, we don't care whether you were in Chicago or not. We still hate your guts. We still find you obnoxious and disgusting and contemptuous and everything else. What a phony he is. You know, he sold the whole damn team after the 97 series, pissed everybody off against the Marlins, and then the same thing with the Panthers. He was there with his obnoxious wife. All those Panther games, he was down there. Hey, we love the Panthers.
Throwing
and then,
rats.
of course, then he sucked everybody in Broward into building him that damn arena. And then, of course, he dumped the team after they pretty much deballed the team anyway. And then these new guys, they haven't got a freaking clue. They have no clue. They mean well, but they haven't got any idea what they're into. So there were 17,000 people at Ed's last night. I saw about 30 seconds of it on TV. How many?
About 30, man.
And it looked like that might be right. But how many of those people actually were paying? And how many people are going to be there? I bet you they'll have a good crowd for the Bruins on Saturday, don't you think? Or maybe not. You want to know why?
Why? Marlins.
Marlin game. See, there's a compete thing going on. Now, where the hell is I'm looking on the schedule here. What's the story with the Panther game? Oh, the Panther game, we're farming out to Waxy 790 on Saturday. Because we have the Marlin Cub game 4, which, of course, we actually have an audience maybe for that on radio. So, but they'd probably have 4,000 or 5,000 people there for Saturday's Bruins game. Scott's going to be there because he's got free tickets again. One of the perks of working on his show.
And free parking.
And a free parking pass. We got some tickets we're going to give away later, and for real, nobody's going to believe it, though. That's the problem. How many do you say we got? We got 6?
Yeah, we have 6.
We have 3 pair for the LA Kings game on my birthday, no less, November 5. The Panthers and the Kings at the Mac Arena, and with parking pass for each pair, which we'll give those away later on.
Uh-oh.
Later on. What?
I don't know about that.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not sure how many parking passes we have. I'll check during break.
I thought you just got through telling me before the show that we had parking passes.
Parking passes for each game, not for each seat.
I beg your pardon?
What?
Does that make any sense?
You get one parking pass for each game. It doesn't mean they're going to
No, I get one parking pass because I'm a season ticket holder. What does that have to do with the 6 free tickets we got? There were no parking passes came with that.
Well, you just said we're giving away free parking passes.
Well, that's because that's what you told me. Scott's giving misinformation again.
That's my job.
Here's the first poll today. We got 2 of them. We got a pair. We had our 1,000th poll ever on a show yesterday, the one I just gave the results of 1,100 votes. It was, they didn't like it. Because it was too positive. You know, we're like, this first poll is positive too. They'll like the second poll better today. First one, who is the most trustworthy politician alive? So one of our listeners out there faxed a whole list of these polls. I thought this was kind of interesting. I got a short list. But you can add to it. Who is the most trustworthy politician alive? By the way, we're doing screenless today because Scott and Miguel have to pay a lot of attention to each other. They have to sit there, stare each other down. I got George W. Bush and Ted Kennedy. Is what I got so far. Well, I didn't want to put all the candidates on there. They had the debate last night. Jew Lieberman was attacking Howard Dean and Wesley Clark and everybody else, and they said, "Oy! Up yours, Jew boy." That's what they said. I thought that was great. I thought it took a lot of balls, don't you?
Huge.
And then he started shaking his titses and his waving his payas and all this other stuff, flailing his talus around. 1013 at 560 WQM. Hey, if you're buying a mattress the old-fashioned way, you better cut the crap because you're really a fool. All you're doing is helping those expensive furniture store and bedding stores pay for their big overhead. Why do you want to do that when you can sit there and make one easy call and get you the best deal in the world? Just make the one call to dial a mattress, and every day, 365 days a year, they got the best prices waiting on you on the best merchandise in the world, like Sealy, Serta, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons, King Coil, Stearns, and Bananas Foster. All you do is call 1-800-MATTRESS, M-A-T-T-R-E-S. No nonsense, no bait and switch, no house brands, no phony promises, and best of all, you don't pay a single dime extra for the best service in the world. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you still get to pick the day and time for delivery, like Monday at 2, between 2 and 4, Wednesday between 1 and 3, etc. Any 2-hour window, 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m., and they actually, believe it or not, show up on time. I've been sleeping on a mattress from Dollar Mattress for a coon's age. Miguel has been procreating on a Dollar Mattress for quite a while now, and everybody loves it. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked the best in the world in customer satisfaction. So don't get sucked in by those mattress showrooms or furniture store ads. They just can't match what you get from Dollar Mattress every single day. Pick up that phone, make one easy call, and it'll be the easiest piece of transaction you ever make in your life. A piece of transaction. Call 1-800-MATTRESS. That's 1-800-MATTRES, or you'll find them online at mattress.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Baby, come play with these titties.
Hello, I'm Barbara Billingsley of the Florida Marlins. I just thought you might want to know we have season tickets still on sale for $110. Why, that's less than 5 cents for an exciting game of baseball.
You wouldn't want to buy any of these, would you? I mean, we got some players with cool names this season, like Jesus Sanchez, Joe Fensteblau, Bad Penny, Ricky Bones, Brother Don Cornelius and Sister Rose, Ryan Dumpster, Don Knotts, and Nelson B. Helfer. If you show up, well, I guess I will too. 'Cause if you do, then I gotta get up.
Oh, it's time to change, baby. Just a couple of short months ago, there weren't 15 people in that town who really wanted to know Marlin tickets, right? And now the big thing today on QAM, all day today, if you hear this sound, that means you get a chance to get free Marlin tickets, except for us, I've noticed. Has anybody said we're getting any Marlin tickets to give away?
No.
I haven't heard nothing about it. Now maybe Clarence and Duff were in there too busy playing Ding Dong School with Pharrell this morning, didn't have time to give us the exciting news that we're giving away a whole bunch of Marlin Cub game tickets for this weekend. Am I wrong?
No, that's right. That's right.
Everybody else on the radio station, all the sports shows are giving away tickets. What do we got? We got squash. We got our Panther King tickets, which nobody really wants.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I hear. What?
Yeah, they do. It's free.
John McCain, that's a good name for the list. Thank you, Boca Bob. John McCain. Also, how could I have left out, they're all liars, huh? To give everybody now. It'll be a short list. Who is the most trustworthy politician alive? George W. Bush, Ted Kennedy, John McCain, or they're all liars, and anybody else you want to put in there. Don't put no Jew Lieberman, okay? We wouldn't trust him as far as we could throw his titses. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. WQAM.
Hey there.
Yes, sir.
Bobby Graham.
Bob Graham is good, even though he did drop out, but
Absolutely
when in doubt, he had to drop out. Thank you, sir. We love Bobby Graham, don't we? Hey, he's a good guy. He never stole a freight train. His family, maybe, who the hell knows how they got all that money. 5670560. Let's put the obvious ones on there. Howard Dean, right?
Sure.
Howard Dean. I'm not going to put Wesley Clark on there unless somebody suggested, because last night he got roasted a little bit, and deservedly so, because he's a flip-flopper. And for him sitting there saying that he's not, I saw the clip this morning, he's not going to attack his Democratic colleagues. This is a guy who's been Democrat for how many hours?
About 30, man.
Yeah. All of a sudden he's a Democrat. And I know a lot of you people out there on the bandwagon, oh, we love that Wesley, he is our man, because people are phony, they're full of crap. They don't really look beneath the surface. I am going to play a clip from that PBS show last night, which, luckily I recorded before it started with all that noise on there. I think it was sabotage. I think Rumsfeld was like farting into the audio on PBS. Or maybe it was Condoleezza. It smelled like one of hers. WQAM.
Yeah, Neil, how
Yes,
about
sir.
Paul Buchanan?
Paul Buchanan. Yeah. How about Paul Bunyan? What do you say, huh? Yeah, nobody, he chopped down a cherry tree and everybody blamed on George Washington. It was Paul Bunyan done it with that long beard. 5, 6, 7. I realize there aren't too many choices for this, but that's okay. And I noticed that we're not adding those other 2 or 3. Hey, Eric will get around to it. He's under a lot of pressure this morning. He's busy trying to find the pictures for them books I had him put on there. WQAM, hello.
Hi, is this Miguel?
Yes?
Miguel, I think Neil's mad at me. This is slow, but can you ask him about Kucinich? Because the Kucinich is the only one that didn't give
What is he mad at you about?
I don't know. I'm just a nag. I guess I call him too much and bug him.
A hag?
I just bug him. I bug him and bug him, and
The
he doesn't
hag bugs the fag?
He doesn't want to hear me anymore. But
No, you're right. Okay, but we will put Dennis Kucinich down on it. She said she's a nag, and she's a hag who wants to nag the fag, is what she said. Okay, Dennis Kucinich. Let's get little Dennis on there. You got it? Who's handling this now? Are we like communicating these? Are we emailing them to Eric or what?
I'm going to be faxing it to him now. Dennis who?
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. I forgot his name doesn't end in Z. Anybody whose name doesn't end in Z, like Gomez, Gonzalez, or Rodriguez, Miguel doesn't know. And, of course, Miguel Escobar, whose family is heavy into drugs. WQAM.
You pay Canadian taxes?
Hey, here's another one for you, pal. No extra charge, asshole. Seriously, there's the one. I mean, he's like 4 different crank callers, that guy. He's the one we'd like to beat with a baseball bat. I think he's also the one, what we have here is a failure to communicate, being a douchebag. You know the one I'm talking about? Oh, Ralph Nader, it says here. Oh, okay, well. All you Nader people, man, I want to look at what you helped us get now, huh? In fact, even Nader is starting to say, well, he may have to re-examine his altitude for next year because after what he caused last time. But anyway, it says, I'm a Republican, but I would say Ralph Nader is the most trustworthy politician. Even though I completely disagree with his views, I feel he's honest. I respect him for that. Well, that's okay, because that's a good answer to our question, even though I wish he would, like pop a big roid or something. Ralph Nader, you got it?
Got it.
Dennis Kucinich, you really want me to spell it for you?
Please.
Kucinich, Kucinich, Dennis Kucinich.
Got it.
God, with a bad hairpiece. Not as bad as Mo.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, we're going to play some jingles later. Because Scott became jingle intensive this morning. Our Scott, not Pharrell. Pharrell ain't talking to none of us now, and I can understand that. He's surly. He's acting like a spoiled child. Just have to go with the flow. Take that paycheck, Pharrell. That's all I can tell you. Take the paycheck. Self-preservation. Get with it. Forget about numbers. Forget about ego. Just take the freaking money and run to the bank. That's all. A lot of drugs, a lot of booze, a lot of ash, and that's it. Oh, that's right. He can't say that. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
You want to talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Neil, how about Rudy Giuliani?
Rudy Giuliani. He never stole a freight train.
Yeah, if he were to run for president, I would guarantee you he'd win.
He'd kick ass.
If Arnold could win in California, this guy runs for president, he'll guarantee win, man.
I think you're right. Okay, Pally.
All right, man, thanks.
if that guy lived in New York pre-9/11, he was the most reviled and hated man on the planet.
I understand that. He closed down, first of all, he closed down Times Square, all the porno, and he hassled all the damn cab drivers, and then he hassled all the street vendors, and he tried to turn it like Disneyland, Disney World North, is what he tried to do. He's very dictatorial. He's really reviled by many New Yorkers, but nevertheless, he got all of that nice spin from 9/11. He's one of the few people who benefited anything from it. Mm-hmm. And everybody thinks, oh, Rudy Giuliani, there's a guy. Because he was there, because he showed his puss all the time. He was running around. He was here. He was there. He was all over the place holding people's hands. And they said, oh, here's a wonderful guy. But you're right.
He put Gotti behind bars, too.
And he put John Gotti away, too. How's Gotti doing? Anybody seen him lately?
No.
Oh. I got to watch that movie. Is it any good? I got the DVD.
The one with Armand Assante?
I don't know. The one called Gotti. That's the name of the movie, okay? Mr. Putz? Mr. Hockey Maven? I guess, why am I being... How come you're faxing me these? This is interesting. Here's my poll.
I pressed the wrong button. My bad.
Well, no, this is good because you're filling in for George in that room, and this is excellent because you're doing the same thing he does all the time.
Sorry, so I don't feel so bad.
Sending my own poll to me, okay? I already got my own poll. It ain't much, but it's what I got. Oh, this is the damn Yankees won again last night. I told you the Red Sox are going down. Didn't I tell you that, Scott?
No, I bet you.
Red Sox are going down. They're going down. You're going down, guys. You're going down. You're choking. You're gagging. And we're glad because it's John Henry. We can't stand John Henry. Who do we despise more, John Henry or Wayne Hypinga? That's a tough one.
John Henry.
No, I think Wayne Hypinga because Wayne is the one who deballed the team. And, of course, we hate Wayne for other reasons. I'm not really sure we know. Huh? He changed the complexion of the community. I think that's part of it. Because he's a pockmarked, self-aggrandizing, lying sack of crap. We hate you, Wayne. And don't be calling the station anymore, okay? And sucking Mo's ass. That's another reason that we hate him is because he sucked Mo's ass this morning.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
And he hates Mo, by the way.
Now, and you can mark it down. If Broward County would change their mind and decide they wanted to build this facility, I will not play here. Because I will not have you guys looking at me for the next 10 years saying, here's a guy that said one thing and went out and did something else.
Guess what? There's a guy that said one thing. He's a liar. He's a freaking liar. You're a liar, Wayne. We despise Wayne almost as much as the Mo Man.
Absolutely. Me.
I can still remember the day Wayne came into town. Joe Robbie on the Dolphins, the Marlins weren't around. We thought he was the greatest until we all got screwed. Now I wonder who stopped the Wayne. Garbage man from Jersey, seeking fortune in the sun. He started renting movies, section portal he had none. Waited glance in Pittsfield, he's gonna brave the Everglades. Still I wonder who stopped the rain. I heard Neil Rogers saying how Wayne still wanted more. I went to see the Panthers, but Wayne had locked the door. It's 100 degrees at halftime, but I can't find no fears. Still I wonder who stopped the Wayne.
See, that bogus story about Wayne being in Chicago and sitting right behind the Cubs dugout rooting for the Cubs, even though it was bogus, most people in South Florida wanted to believe it because they hate him like poison. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we don't really care if you weren't there. As a matter of fact, I think, I think we're just going to keep saying you might have been there, even though we know you weren't.
Did you hear what he said this morning?
I wasn't paying any attention. As soon as I heard his voice, I immediately went in the off position. I went and took my shower and my shave and whatever else begins with an SH.
This man collects revenue on all the concessions at the stadium during the Marlin games, right?
Right.
he had the nerve to say, well, maybe they should play somewhere else.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, maybe he's trying to get him a stadium built. What do you think? Yeah, there you go. Maybe he likes these guys.
Sure.
Anyway, here's a fax from Bill, who hates George like poison. Picking on poor little George when he's not even there today. It says, I thought you might find it interesting. No, not really. That the past 3 faxes I've sent you in as many weeks have been interrupted by that asshole George, and he's not forwarding them to you. Oh, my God. Unfortunately, I work for a living, can't take the time to call, so I try to participate via the fax, says Bill. Please tell George that I will not be censored, and if he thinks I hated him before, he has no idea of how much I hate him now. It says, George sucks my ass, is what Bill says. Well, I hope he enjoys it, and in fact, I hope you're both having a good time. 3 years, 2 months, 21 days, 13 hours, 39 minutes till I stop listening to WQAM, is what Bill says. Boy, Bill's a little worked up and pissed off, but the only thing is Bill didn't realize George ain't here today, so I did get this fax, and number 2, he didn't say anything that he didn't send me before. You know what I'm saying? If it was so important or something worthwhile for me to see, how come he didn't send it now? Follow?
What do you say?
Who's the most trustworthy politician alive? Oh, and I realize we only had the 2 names on there in the beginning. We should have probably put one on there. Ted Kennedy, as long as he's not driving, would have been good. The most trustworthy politician alive. George W. Bush, 15. Ted Kennedy, 13. Now, the fact Bush has got 15, that makes me raise all 3 eyebrows way up there in the air. They're all liars, 4. Well, let's just went up. John McCain, 2, and Bob Graham. I voted for Bob Graham. How do you like that? I voted for Bobby Graham. I like Ted Kennedy a lot, as you know, but Bobby Graham, I think the guy had a good point on that. Don't you? He never stole a freight train. Of course, Scott hasn't got any idea who Bob Graham is, and neither did anybody else, which is the reason that he dropped out. When in doubt, he dropped out. Couldn't raise any money.
Well, that was Jimmy Buffett's fault.
Was it?
Well, they pulled out of the concert.
Did he take away his cheeseburger in paradise?
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of cheeseburger in paradise, Miguel wants George to know, since we're picking on George because he can't fight back, he's not there today, that he's really porked off at him about all that Bell South business. And the fact of the matter is that if it weren't for Bell South and those van hits that we have sponsored by Bell South, we wouldn't have Zippity Doodah for Abandoned Pet Rescue, because they're the ones who are making those possible, because they're already prearranged. Am I right?
That is correct.
Well, there you go. See, I'm trying to repent a little bit.
Repent.
Okay. No, well, but seriously, repent. The bottom line is, once again, I'm going to say this very emphatically, that WQAM, I want the whole audience to understand this, they do nothing for our fundraisers. At IOD, we had the entire station involved. Phil Henry had his own disc. Brick and Suds had their own CD. Randy had a videotape. Everybody was involved, and it was like a station thing to raise money for whatever charity it was always a good cause. But at QAM, because charity is not their middle name, in spite of the fact that some of the people on the station talk a good game.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's for charity. It's very important. You know, that asshole, which I notice his keychains are going over like Halavat the North Pole. But nevertheless, how are his keychains going?
We're almost out of the Mad Dog keychains.
No, I'm not asking about the Mad Dog. We know the Mad Dog is wildly popular.
All right.
The most popular person on the planet.
All right.
I'm asking about the Mo Howard David keychains. Huh?
They're selling like hotcakes. You better get them while they last.
No, seriously, how are they going? Don't play games with me. I'm getting surly now. How are they going?
They're going little by little. The CDs are more popular.
They're going real slow is what you're trying to say. We should have known. Who the hell wants Mo? Who the hell wants anything to do with Mo? And I don't, as much as I despise the man in every area he's selling his body, I will say we appreciate the fact that he at least cooperated and has plugged us a little bit. Although we really didn't need his permission to put his voice on his thing, because the drop-ins are all stuff part of this show. We didn't need his permission. We did that just to keep Duff his job is the only reason. Yeah, because Duff was wrong. Oh, gee, it's my ass on the line. If we don't ask his permission, my ass. Yeah, you're such a pansy, man, Duff. You're such a pussy. God, it's embarrassing.
Greg, it's a fight, Greg.
Oh, he's got a lot of problems these days, so let's not pick on poor Muffin Clarence, okay? They've got a lot of damage control to do these days. They're running around like that. Now, what was I just saying?
What do you think?
Oh, about Abandoned Pet Rescue and the fact that the radio station does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing to help us out. So Miguel has to, do the best he can on these other appearances, these van hits. We have nothing specifically for us, and that's just the way it is. In addition to which, other than, how come my phone is ringing? That's probably some asshole in the station. Other than Duff, who gave us that nice fat check, that $250. Who else? Anybody inside the building give us a dime yet for Abandoned Pet Rescue? Huh? No, seriously, did anybody else inside the building this year, I realize it's only the October the 10, whatever it is, Did anybody else there contribute a single cent to Abandoned Pet Rescue this time?
No. I'm sure they're waiting for you to get here to hand it to you in person.
To hand it to me? Yeah, I'll bet. I'll hand them something. A big pile. And that just frosts my ass a little bit, because this year the charities are having a bitch of a time trying to raise any money, and what can I tell you? Who the hell was that on my phone just now? See, I would say whistle a tune like George does, but I can't do that. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Yes, Neil. Jim Jeffords.
Jim Jeffords?
Yeah, the senator from Vermont that became an independent.
The independent, yeah. But, I mean, how much do you know about Jim Jeffords?
Well, anybody that would do that and go against the evil empire, then I would.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he never stole a freight train. You're right. Plus, he probably eats Ben and Jerry's, too.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. Jim Jeffords, Jeffords. Got it? Bush 19, they're all liars 16, Kennedy 13. The fact that George W. Bush has got 19 morons out there who say if he's the most trustworthy politician alive, I think it's time for mass suicide, is what I'm thinking right now. Bobby Graham 7, John McCain 3, Rudy Giuliani 2, Dennis Kucinich 1. Nice spell in there, boys. Ralph Nader 1, Howard Dean 1, Paul and Paul Buchanan don't have any yet.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Hi there, you bastard.
She's bitchy and she's witchy, always in a bad mood. Everything's a bother and she's just plain old rude. Anything can set her off and into a whirl. Every office has one, she's bad attitude girl.
Cindy, answer the intercom, please.
What?
Could you come in here?
No.
I need you to take a letter.
What do I look like, a mailman?
I need you to take some dictation.
You get a filthy mouth on you.
She's bitchy and she's witchy, always in a bad mood. Everything's a bother and she's just plain old rude. Anything can set her off and into a whirl. Every office has one, she's bad attitude girl.
Cindy, are you out there?
Not as out there as you are.
Could you come in here, please? I need some help.
Can't do it. Gotta go to lunch.
Lunch? What are you talking about? It's 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but I decided to leave at 2 today, so this is my lunchtime. See ya.
What time are you gonna be back? Cindy!
10:45. She must know that broad that called her earlier that said I hate her like poison. Must be the same one. Now, fat bitch's friend there, his former neighbor Dave Friedman. He faxed something that was pretty interesting, but I never saw it. This story. See, I got to call a high boy fat bitch because I almost called him something else. It was like a double F. Canada's Supreme Court refused yesterday to let conservative religious and family groups appeal a court ruling that legalized same-sex marriage in Ontario. In a unanimous decision, the 5-judge Supreme Court panel said the groups cannot appeal the Ontario court's ruling that the traditional definition of marriage between a man and woman was unconstitutional. The Association for Marriage and Family in Ontario and the Interfaith Coalition on Marriage and Family, a bunch of Farbissina Goyim, filed for the appeal after Canada's federal government refused to do so. Instead, the government has drafted a law that changes the definition of marriage to between two people, yada, yada, yada. Where the hell did he get this from? Where'd you get this from, fat the bitch's neighbor? Hi, boy. Jimmy Carter, somebody says. Why the hell not? He was boring. He was depressing. He was weak-kneed.
He freed Miguel's parents.
He freed Miguel's parents. That's absolutely correct. Very good. Oh, Miguel likes Jimmy Carter. That's the only Democrat that Miguel likes is Jimmy Carter.
Hey, my parents were here long before that.
Oh. They didn't come over in a Mariel boat lift with a bunch of guns?
No.
And killed a bunch of people? I'll be damned. Oh, that's right. It's, by the way, since some people are concerned about that phone ringing before, if it was like something really important like Norma Kent, it was just the concierge downstairs. My drug just arrived.
You got the
drug
stuff?
drop. No, my OxyContin from Rush, the package just arrived. And I said, what? What? And then I realized I was talking to recording anyway. 26 say they're all liars. Who's the most trustworthy politician alive? 26, they're all liars. 24, George W. Bush, which is really most amusing. Especially this clip I'm going to play from PBS in a minute. Ted Kennedy, 13. Bob Graham, 13. Bobby's moving up there. What a shame. John McCain, 5. Dennis Kucinich, 5. Rudy Giuliani's got 3. And Howard Dean's got only 2. That's interesting. Ralph Nader, 2. Jim Jeffords, none. And Paul Buchanan don't have any. Out of 99 votes. Let somebody vote for Paul Buchanan, even though there ain't no such person. I should play the clip from last night from Frontline because I recorded it before it started with a And I also, you notice we haven't had anybody else called who said that they watched it, much less had any audio problems.
Prior to the war, the administration was reading intelligence that was often vague, sometimes contradictory, rarely definitive.
But Americans need to know I'll be making up my mind based upon the latest intelligence.
Unlike the intelligence, though, the message the administration rolled out in the fall of 2002 was sharp and clear.
There is no doubt that Saddam Hussein now has weapons of mass destruction. There is no doubt that he is a man.
What was missing from all the speeches and television appearances were the caveats and contrary evidence from their own intelligence agencies.
The Iraqi regime could launch a biological or chemical attack in as little as 45 minutes.
In a classified report circulated within the administration in late September 2002, the Defense Intelligence Agency stated that there was no reliable information on whether Iraq is producing or stockpiling chemical weapons.
But we don't want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud.
At the same time, the Pentagon's Special Intelligence Office was coming up short of proving Saddam had current and active links to al-Qaeda.
As you watch this growing divergence between what was being said by policymakers and what you knew was the intelligence, what conclusions were you drawing?
Well, the conclusion that I ultimately came to was that this was a matter of, as I've called it, faith-based intelligence. They were cherry-picking the information that we provided to use whatever pieces of it that fit their overall interpretation. And worse than that, they were dropping qualifiers and distorting some of the information that we provided to make it seem more alarmist and more dangerous than the information that we were giving them.
The fall campaign would culminate with a speech by President Bush on October 7th in Cincinnati.
Facing clear evidence of peril, we cannot wait for the final proof, the smoking gun that could come in the form of a mushroom cloud. Information from a high-ranking Iraqi nuclear engineer who had defected revealed that despite his public promises, Saddam Hussein had ordered his nuclear program to continue.
The defector mentioned in the president's speech came to the administration's attention via Ahmed Chalabi. Chalabi was also making claims about Saddam and al-Qaeda.
We've learned that Iraq has trained al-Qaeda members in bomb making, and poisons, and deadly gases.
We talked to Chalabi at INC headquarters in Baghdad.
You had argued for a long time that they were tightly connected with al-Qaeda. As far back as '98, I remember meeting with you and you told me there were lots of connections.
Yes, there were.
Well, those have not quite been demonstrated.
We have very strong leads on that, and we have very strong evidence that they have.
You have strong evidence that there's links between al-Qaeda
See, the point is
Saddam
that
Hussein.
U.S.
Where are these? Where is this evidence, though?
In U.S. hands. We gave the names of the people. There were visits of al-Qaeda here, and there was money that changed hands.
Do you have any documentary evidence of any kind?
Yes, there is such a document.
And that is a document that you could show us?
Well, I've seen it, but I don't have it in my possession. They could show it to you, I think.
Who can show it to me?
Well, our intelligence people.
Your intelligence people? So after this interview, we can...
I don't know if you can do it right now.
Well, I think it's very important to make this... This is something you've talked about since '98, and I think it's a very important point. It's one of the points that drew America to this war.
Yes.
Correct? So it's very important to establish the truth of it.
Yes.
So I agree. If there is such a document, it makes sense for you to share it, no?
I'm not saying no. I'm saying that I can't...
I'm somehow not getting the feeling that I'm going to see the document.
Well, you are erroneous.
Okay, great. I hope to see it.
Well, we'll expect to show it to you.
The document was supposed to demonstrate money changing hands between Saddam Hussein's government and al-Qaeda. After repeated requests, Frontline has still not seen the document.
What a shock, huh? You don't think because there is no such document, do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I will show it to you.
How do you like that? He's going to show it to him, but it wasn't a document. He just whipped it right out. By the way, this fax you sent me from James, don't send me any more faxes from James or Jerry or whatever other name. This is the little squiggly writing. Used to be Jerry, now he's James. The one who used to write squiggly, and we always used to know the facts. So right away, today he's in there because he realizes that it's George ain't there, who would have intercepted this immediately knowing what it was, okay? Just another shot. And by the way, James, Jerry, Eddie, Tommy, whatever the hell your name is, thanks for listening religiously every day to the Neil Rogers Show, you obsessive little twerp you. God, he's probably got the smallest penis in history. Oh, and speaking of that thing that I just played, the clip from Frontline last night, since we wasted all of that money and time and we're still doing it, all of those human lives in Iraq, Al-Qaeda may be hard at work trying to produce weaponized anthrax and other biological weapons. In an exclusive report, CBS News correspondent Mark Phillips recounts details U.S. interrogators have extracted from a top Al-Qaeda operative. The new worry comes from the man accused of masterminding last year's terrorist bombing in Bali that killed more than 200 people in last summer's Jakarta hotel blast that left another 12 people dead. Ridan Asmuddin, better known simply as Hambali, has been in the hands of U.S. intelligence agents since his arrest in Thailand last August, and he's been singing, it says. Singing in the rain. According to an interrogation report seen by CBS News, Hambali was implementing plans to cause far more deaths using biological weapons. Most likely, it says here. Most likely, although we aren't completely positive.
Anthrax.
Hambali is Al-Qaeda's main connection in the Far East, was apparently trying to open an Al-Qaeda bioweapons branch plant. According to the, maybe he could have gotten the Bear people to help him out. According to the interrogation documents, Hambali told U.S. interrogators he'd been working on an Al-Qaeda anthrax program in Kandahar, Afghanistan. And on it goes. So there you are, while we're worried about Iraq, which has nothing to do with any of this. Al-Qaeda just continues regenerating itself and making all kinds of threats and shaking its spear. It's Albert Speer. I just mentioned these things in passing in case anybody cares, you think?
No.
No, they want free Marlin tickets. They want some Marlin tickets, maybe some Panther tickets, although I doubt it. Who is the most trustworthy politician alive, we asked. They're all liars, 37. It's passing everybody like they're standing still. George W. is still stuck there on 24 votes out of 120. Bobby Graham, 16, moving right up on the president's ass. Ted Kennedy, 13. John McCain, 10. Howard Dean, 6. Dennis Kucinich, 5. Rudy Giuliani, 5. Ralph Nader, 3. Jim Jeffords, 1. And poor Paul Buchanan don't have any yet. Why the hell not?
Wonder why. That Frontline apparently is going to be repeated at 2 a.m. tonight.
Good. I'll tape it, because I'd like to be able to watch the whole thing, and hopefully without that, all that sound interference on there, whatever that was last night. I'll bet you somebody else out there saw it. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Right, Dr. Neil?
Speaking.
Neil.
Yeah.
How about John Kerry?
Who?
John Kerry, for your poll.
Oh, John Kerry. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind. Okay.
Yeah.
He's kind of scary, John Kerry.
Yeah, he's scary, boy. He's looking pretty bad.
Okay, we got him down, man. He trusts John Kerry. Do I trust him?
No.
No, he's all over the place. He voted for the war resolution, and now he's against this, and he's all over the place. He's a waffler. Looks like his face was pressed with a waffle iron, don't it? But we'll put him on there, John Kerry.
Drew Carey.
Or maybe we'll put Drew Carey on there. I don't know. Or Harry Carey. Or Mary Carey from California, who had a big pair anyway. She got as many votes as she had boobs, too.
Cary Grant, yes.
Or Cary Grant. I guess Scott doesn't want to go to any more Panther games, does he? No. Because if he did, he'd probably shut up real quick. 10:56 at 560 QAM.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
God almighty! What a humongous! Wow!
Yeah! Swing it, dogs! When the Nazis reigned, they reigned before Pat Buchanan. Now the KKK have good days because of Buchanan. Yeah! If you are yellow or purple, or God forbid brown, you'll be like Mussolini hanging upside down. Oh. You can lock and load your guns with Pat in power. But if you want to kill those lice, step into the showers. And as you're breathing the gas and your rights are slipping away, all right. Aren't you glad that you voted for Pat today? Yes. Pat Buchanan's an asshole.
but starting to look pretty moderate and pretty good compared to what we got. Anyway, how's that poll? 151 votes, kind of a mediocre response. It was a stupid question. But I appreciate the help. Who is the most trustworthy politician alive? They're all liars, 47. Don't we all buy that?
Yeah.
Sure. They're all full of crap. They're all controlled by somebody. They're like puppets on the end of a string. George W. has got 29 votes. Scary. Bobby Graham's got 20. Ted Kennedy, 14. John McCain, 11. Howard Dean, 7. Dennis Kucinich, 6. Rudy Giuliani, 6. Ralph Nader, 4. Jimmy Carter's got 3, Miguel.
Can't
Who allowed your parents to come into this country. Paul Buchanan's got a pair, and Jim Jeffords has got 2. Paul Buchanan's doing pretty well.
Not bad.
He's got a pair. Let's see. Oh, this is great. It says the only trustworthy politician I know of is a dead one, says Mike. Nice going, Mike. You are
absolutely correct, sir.
That's why we did put alive in the poll there. Oh, look at this. This is a long, lengthy. I sure hope this isn't from that Bill guy. Can't be. It doesn't look like the same facts, the same format. For the few of you who still hold some faith in me, let me assure you of the following. Well, what is this crap? Why are you faxing me this, Miguel? Just because it comes over the fact. Oh, good God. God's extra commandments. Oh! Stop wasting our fax paper in Palm Beach, you jackass, you idiot. Let's get to something important like this. We've been on 1 hour already. Has anybody called in and said they saw Frontline last night?
No.
Did anybody comment about whether they had audio problems on PBS?
No.
No. WQAM.
Bush bashing is bull.
WQAM.
Talk about your daddy?
WQAM.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
you forgot Bubba.
Oh, Bill Clinton. There you go.
Yeah. And a bit of radio gossip for you. Did you know Randy Rhoads and Jim are getting divorced?
No, I did not, and I couldn't care less. At any rate. Is that sad or what? Well, what is wrong with you people, man? What is wrong with this town?
I see yesterday's callers are spilling over into today.
Jesus. Oh, well, that's the same. It's the same 2 or 3 people. They'll spin over every day. You'll catch on.
Okay.
Your daddy. Oh, my Lord, I'm Bush. These people started really hyperventilating after all the Rush stuff came down. First, the comment on ESPN, him getting canned, and then, of course, the OxyContins, the pill popping stuff, and the Rush people are like coming unglued now. So they have to, unleash their, like that. Hey, listen, I just got a big fat one in the bank yesterday, okay? My paycheck showed up a day early. It's already in the bank. Losers. And what was I just starting to say before you got me sidetracked with that crap? Something very, very important.
You must have been.
The State Department has protested to televangelist Pat Robertson about his despicable suggestion that someone blow up the department with a nuclear bomb, an official said yesterday. There you go, another good religionist. It's the same Pat Robertson who said that the reason that they had all those fires in Florida a couple of years ago over there in, where was it, Cape Canaveral and Stewart and wherever the hell it was, remember? He said it was because of all the fags, because of Gay Day at Disney World and all this other stuff. And God was punishing, and that's why all those acres of forest were burning up in Florida. And then, of course, he was praying that hurricane, or Isabel, didn't hit Virginia Beach. Guess what, Pat? Too bad. God wasn't listening that day. He was busy setting the morning line on the ball game.
He was at the ball game, exactly.
Right, that's right. He was setting the morning line for all the people in Vegas. Too bad he wasn't there for our good friend Roy. Oh, I got a great article on that from Steve Wynn. We'll get to it. Robertson, a former presidential candidate, made the remark in an interview with Joel Mulberry, author of a new book called Dangerous Diplomacy, How the State Department Endangers America's Security. State Department spokesman Richard Boucher, asked a comment, said yesterday, I lack sufficient capabilities to express my disdain. I think the very idea is despicable. The department has made its views clear to Robertson, added the State Department official who asked not to be named. Introducing Mulberry on his Christian Broadcasting Network, Robertson said that a person who read Mulberry's book would reach the conclusion that a nuclear explosion at the State Department was the best solution. This is a man of the cloth. This is another one of them good religionists. Oi! One of them Farbissina Goyim. I read your book. When you got through, you say to yourself, if I could just get a nuclear device inside Foggy Bottom, the State Department's main building, I think that's the answer. And you say, we've got to blow that thing up. I mean, is it as bad as you say? He said, it is, Mulberry replied. Mulberry himself did not make the suggestion either in his book or in the interview. It was Pat Robertson, the unctuous, obnoxious, disgusting, hateful, homophobe Pat Robertson making all this crap. Let's blow up the State Department because they're not with us. They're not part of the right-wing cabal of lunatics. Unbelievable. 5670560. We'll find somebody on there here that saw Nightline, whatever it is, Frontline, Nightline. We'll find one. WQAM.
John.
WQAM, hello. QAM. Hola.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Hi, Neil?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I was going to, do you want better radio or better callers? Why don't you do better radio?
Yeah, why don't you blow it out your ass?
So I'm just asking a question.
Yeah. Say, is that have you got it written down on a card?
No, but I'm just saying
The same call that you make to every show on a radio station, you schmuck. The same thing. You got it written down on a tuba. Who wrote it out for you?
Yeah, but it's
Your
your
boyfriend?
show.
Your boyfriend write it out for you? Why don't you do better radio? 5670560, pound 560. Again, just like yesterday, you're right, Scott. It's like a picking up where we left off, just extending their like that. It's a beautiful day here, by the way. It's going to be 73, sunny, not a cloud in the sky.
Nice.
Everybody here is real pleasant and real happy, you know? Real pleasant, in a really good mood. And I am too,
They're
because that
happy,
check
all right.
is in the bank, baby.
Oh!
A big fat one, including my October 1st raise, by the way, for people like this last putz. Same, exact, verbatim. Come up with something new, like, yeah, mama, something more interesting. That would be better radio, too. WQAM. WQAM, hello. WQAM.
Lana Lane is a skank.
WQAM.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey. Yeah, I missed the Frontline last night. It's a good show. What was it about last night?
Uh-huh. WQAM, hello.
Yes, my name Tulip.
Yeah.
Mark Foley.
Mark Foley is the most trustworthy queen alive? WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Boy.
speak to Neil.
Are these people boring or what? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I seen Frontline last night. Did you see the document? Are you going to show us the document?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we
And?
never seen no document, did they?
Right, that's what I just got through playing only like 5 minutes ago, right.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. I didn't
Did
get
you have
that
any
to the way-
audio problems in the telecast? Was the audio cutting out?
Yeah, cutting in and out. And then you
Really?
notice yeah, it would cut in and out. I was watching on 13 down here, but the thing was, if you watch that and you were for this war, you have major issues, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, so that verifies it wasn't just on the Buffalo affiliate, WNED. It was like on a whole telecast. It looks to me like that. Like every 15 seconds, starting at about 9:35 and at 10 o'clock, it just got so bad, I just shut it off. I Schmidt-canned it. Doesn't make you suspicious at all, does it? The fact that they were ripping the administration and unmasking all of their lies and all this bull crap that we got people dying over there, including 2 more American kids last night. And the audio kept cutting in and out. The old in and out. That's what they've been giving us.
It's a coincidence.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Another one of those strange coincidences. Who's the most trustworthy politician alive? They're all liars, 60. George W., 36. Sure. Bob Graham, 22. Ted Kennedy, 15. John McCain, 15. Jimmy Carter, 9. Howard Dean, Rudy Giuliani, Ralph Nader, 7 apiece. Dennis Kucinich, 6. Everybody else, mighty tiny potatoes. WQAM. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good, that's Scott.
I beg your pardon?
I said, oh, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Good.
Want
Hey,
to talk
I
to
saw-
Scott?
No, I'm talking to you.
I don't
Hey,
want
I
to
saw-
talk to you either.
I saw Frontline last night, man.
Yeah.
That program, I don't know whether it interests you or depresses you because there's so much information in there that people just don't want to even know about.
No, of course not.
you know,
They're busy watching ball games last night.
Joe Millionaire, buddy, you know. But it seems that the one guy, I can't remember the guy's name. There was the 2 Iranian guys there, the one with the eyeglasses, and the other guy that the Americans were trying to force onto the Iraqis, and they didn't want any part of him. But they just kept bringing him back and back and back. And obviously, he's the patsy. He's the sap that this administration decided they want in there, and the Iraqis don't want a part of him at all. It's just typical of these guys.
Now, did you also notice the audio was having a problem, or was it just the caller?
Yeah, it
and
was, but I got it on dish there, so I didn't know whether it was a bit of interference there from the
No, it was in the telecast. Something happened in the audio of the whole program starting about a half hour into it, and it just boggles my mind.
Evil doers, Neil.
It's the evildoers were doing it. Okay, have a great day, Pally. See you in Baghdad. 5670560, #5. How many people in South Florida do you think watch that show? How many people in the U.S. watch PBS?
About 30, man.
Yeah, I think that's probably an exaggeration.
There's plenty watching MSNBC right now, though.
I beg your pardon?
Bush is talking about Cuba, so I'm sure there's a lot of us watching MSNBC right now.
Pays the workers a pittance.
Incredible.
Yeah, we got your pittance over here, asshole. Oh, there's your hero. There's W, man. Somebody that Mikhail can relate to. Yeah, no wonder Doreen won't touch you no more. 12 minutes past 11 at 560 WQAM. Everybody in the world seems to be on a low-carb diet these days. It's in. There's the Atkins diet. Rest in peace. There's the South Beach diet, Sugar Busters. There's that smelly bitch Suzanne Summers that ripped off poor Dr. Bob after he had that slip and fall. Anyway, the one thing they all have in common is to try to get you to have the best tasting, lowest carb, sugar-free foods and keep you losing that weight like crazy. Well, here's a story you're going to love. One visit to Delights of West Boca and your search will be over because they've got over 1,000 low-carb products in stock for you to pop in your puss. And anything in the store, you can try it before you buy it, too. Don't forget that. All the Atkins products, they're on sale all day, every day. They've got bagels, breads, cheesecakes, muffins, brownies, chocolates, pastas, sauces, chips and dips, soups, ketchups, Carbolite ice cream, and lots more. Champion Light drinks in 5 delicious flavors. Walnut brownies by Control Carb, apple cinnamon granola by Carb Sense, and crunchy pretzels by Carb Sense. Don't give one to the president. And at Delights, you can sample, like I said, everything in the store before you buy it. They're open 7 days a week from 10 to 10, and you'll find Delights on the northeast corner of Glades and 441, right next to Boston Market. Call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB. That's LOWCARB. Or on the web, you'll find them at lowcarb.com. Don't forget, Delights of West Boca, this is your official Atkins retail center.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
At 560. I'm not going to do the, let's do this.
I dropped my wiener.
Okay, because I want to look at that poll. 231 votes. Who's the most trustworthy politician alive? They're all liars, 81. George W. Bush, 38. 16.4%. Okay, does that tell you everything you need to know?
Yes.
Bob Graham, 23. John McCain, 17. Ted Kennedy, 16. Jimmy Carter, 15. Howard Dean, 10. Everybody else single-digit small potatoes. What does that tell you? If he was on there right now, instead of talking all this Cuba crap, which Miguel I'm sure is listening to, if he was on there right now saying, hey, guess what? We lied. We want to come clean. We lied about the war. We had this plan years before even the election of 2000 that we stole, and yada, 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 and all these kids over there are dying like crazy for no reason at all. But we're going to bring them all home, and people say, oh, yeah, we believe you.
No tyrant can stand forever against the power of liberty.
That's for damn sure. That's why you're out next year, fascist. That's why you're OUT, baby. I beg your pardon?
I said so far, that's not true. Just FYI, the Frontline, according to a couple of faxes, the audio was okay. Was fine.
Was it really? Then, in other words, these people are just making that up just to pacify me? Or who the hell knows what? It's another damn mystery. It's another dilemma.
It was just
Mine sure as hell wasn't okay, because it was a like that. It sounded like the QAM signal. It was so bad. And that's saying a lot. WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Can I talk to Neil?
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, just wanted to call about all these people calling in wingers who think this war is a great thing. You know, there was a country over in Europe where they elected a leader, and they put people in concentration camps, and if you talked out against the country, you weren't for the fatherland. And it was unpatriotic to speak out against it. When does that become acceptable in this country?
I'd say probably in 2000, right there at the ass end when they stole the election.
Yep, and, you know, as long as 2 Americans die every day over in another country and our attention span's 20 seconds, and we have to have a commercial in between it, nobody can decipher this.
That's right. I guarantee you there's more people worried right now about Kobe Bryant and whether he raped that broad or not than they're worried about these kids that are dying over there for no reason every day based on a lie.
Right. Forrest Gump mentality has become acceptable in America. The low average, hey, we just get by. So what if shit happens? Let it happen.
Right. Exactly. He said, so what if Schmidt happens? I'm sure that one of you probably also did the thing.
No.
No? See, I have the feeling like today I'm like just sitting here all alone, even though you're both there with all due respect. I have the feeling that I'm like flying solo. Like
why did you wait? Hold on. Why did you wave me off then?
I beg your pardon?
He waved me off. He's like, don't press it.
Who did?
George told me not to hit the dump button.
£5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T, especially with everything that's going on right now, and something like that comes through there and you don't know to hit it, just in case this one, because nobody will still tell me whether this one is like 100%. Follow what I'm saying? Kind of like a condom. It works 90% of the time.
Got it.
When in doubt, if something like that blurts out, dump it out, okay? Forget about George, okay? George is small potatoes. He's not even there today. Don't be defending little George. He's full of it, all right? He's like a Klingon, is George.
He's got those naked pictures of him.
And he don't have any goddamn hockey tickets for you either, okay? Just keep that in mind. Stupid.
You're right.
Right. WQAM, hello.
Why are you sticking things?
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yeah.
Are you fudge packing up the target?
Yeah, I'm fudge packing right now. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I saw Dateline last night. They were talking about Schloimies. I was wondering if you can give me directions to Schloimies.
WQAM, hello.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
I saw Frontline.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any sound problems.
I'll be damned. Must have been WNED in Buffalo. Maybe it was an upstate New York sabotage.
It's that fabulous WPBT. Channel
And
2?
what? Yeah.
Yeah, Channel 2. Clear as a bell.
Thank goodness.
The worst part of it was I turned it on at 9 o'clock instead of 10 and saw an hour of Elizabeth Taylor. That was horrifying.
And it came on at 10 o'clock there last night? It started at 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, well, man, we had war crimes are one thing, but Liz is something else.
That's a much bigger crime. You're right. Okay, thanks for the good news. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Let's change the poll to the other one, which I think, this was a bad poll. I should stop taking the audience's suggestion. For example, I've got a really good one for Monday already, but I'll save it. Here's the main poll that we're going to get to now, because the first one, well, it was weak. It was lame. Who's the most trustworthy politician alive? That in itself is a joke. They're all liars, 91. George W., 38. Bobby Graham, 25. Jimmy Carter, 19. John McCain, 18. Like his French fries. Ted Kennedy, 16. Howard Dean, 11. Rudy Giuliani had 10. And everybody else single digits. Although Paul Buchanan had a pair. Here's the other poll, Eric. Which of these people, and of course we'll need some more names for it, which of these people do you most strongly believe, that's the key, most strongly, not a list of 14, not a whole bunch of people, which do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? I think it's a magnificent poll question. My first choice on here is Condoleezza. And then I have Miriam Elephant. I added Clarence Thomas on there, Clarence Token Thomas, which Eric doesn't have that one yet. And then you can add to it. And we'll change the poll. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Boy, we got sports up the ass this weekend, man. We have games that haven't been invented yet. Mad Dog at 2, the Humper at 4, including the Dave Wanstead Show 5 to 6. They got another girls team this weekend, the Dolphins. Jacksonville Jaguars. What kind of a schedule have they got anywhere? Like a 10th place schedule?
Yes.
Something like that? Jesus. Playoff edition of Marlins on Deck with Len Casper and Tommy Hutton at 7 o'clock. 7:45, it's the real pregame show, the real thing, the MS Marlins on Deck. 8:18. Marlins and the Cubs game 3 from PP Park right up the street there. Eddie K follows the baseball game, ESPN Radio overnight. That's the schedule, and tomorrow, of course, we got really games. We're fudge packing with ball games tomorrow, man. We're jamming them in there. Got the Hurricanes and the Seminoles. Wouldn't that be a shame if the Hurricanes lost that game? Oh man, that would be bad. We got that at noon. We got, this schedule is blinding. There's so much on there. Scratched off and crossed out and marked up and et cetera. Got the fourth game of the NCLS, whatever it is. And you got the Panther game on Waxy, 790. All of these things tomorrow. On your sports intensive, we don't give a flying crap about anything else on the world station, QAM. Well, we do care about other things, but we can't talk about them. WQAM, hello.
Yes, hello?
Yes.
When Sigmund Freud got bitten by that...
When Sigmund Freud got bitten by your ass, by Uranus. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay.
Listen, that's what those lying politicians will tick you off. The true believers really tick me off. Peggy Noonan, Ann Coulter, Sean Hannity. If you want to get mad, listen to those people.
No, I don't.
That's all I got to say.
I don't. I don't want to get mad and I don't listen to them, okay? I have, some sense of self-preservation. some sense of using my time more wisely than listen to a bunch of right-wing assholes spout the same crap. It's like, well, I listen to Rush to see what the other side is saying. Right. To see what it sounds like when he's popping him OxyContin. Hey, Rush, I'll talk a little louder for you, okay? You notice how that all, dummied up real quick? We haven't heard another word about any of that?
It just went away.
It just kind of, disappeared. We never heard that, did we? No.
Well, you could put McNabb on the poll here, right?
We could put what?
McNabb on the poll.
Oh, okay, that's cute. Donovan McNabb, that's cute. For all the Rushies out there. Donovan McNabb. Not only would he not be touted so highly, but he wouldn't even have a job. If it weren't for the fact that he was a darky. That's what Rush would tell you. Hey, pop another one, Rush. Come on, that's it. See, I think the definitive part to that whole thing was the story, thanks to my scouring even the Palm Beach Post, that story they had about the fact that a lot of these drugs that are highly addictive cause hearing loss. Hearing loss. What a coincidence.
What?
I'm looking for where I stuck that. I got it over here somewhere, where I stuck that story. Up on my butt. 5670560 pound. But of course, you'll never be able to tell that to the disciples. It's like the Bush people. It's like you, Miguel. It's the same thing. No matter what. If he came on right now and said, hey, I'm a freaking liar, and everything that we're doing is bogus, and it was all pre-planned behind closed doors, and Richard Pearl and Wolfowitz, they're the antichrists.
That's okay.
You'd say, all right, all right, let's go. To hell with Fidel, and you'd be marching down there. Of course, he ain't going down there. He's not doing nothing. In spite of Ileana Ross, Rosanna Dana, he still ain't going to do a damn thing.
No.
If you want to come up here, you can hop on a plane, fly right to Havana, no problem at all. Well, under 3 hours. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. How are you today, sir?
Good.
I tuned in a little bit late. Is George under the weather some today, or what?
Yeah.
Well, I hope he feels better. I just heard about your new poll. I'm not sure what color this guy is, but Bryant Gumbel?
Bryant Gumbel is a magnificent choice. He hasn't got enough talent. And you know what else? I'm going to put his brother on there, too, because he's even less talented. Greg Gumbel, who's the CBS lead announcer for the NFL. If that's the best they can do, they should give it back to the Peacock and let them do the games. Greg Gumbel
I think they could do it better.
Exactly. I could
guys
do better.
have a good weekend.
And you, too. Thank you. Bryant and Greg Gumbel, the two gumballs, man. You can't complain about their talent, because generally speaking, you know how that goes. Okay, the final tally on there, they're all liars, 101. 37% of this cynical audience says they're all liars, and of course we know.
Absolutely correct. We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Boo.
Oh!
He's rude. He's crude. He's the nastiest comedian you've ever heard. Andrew Dice Clay. And now, move over, Spice Girls. He's got his own movie, Dice World.
Don't tell me what you want, what you motherfucker want. Yeah, tell me more. You're an all road.
Dice World.
Hey, Woody Spice. Nice to meet you. You Spice. You stupid English slut. Oh!
Dice World is hot.
Hickory dickory dock. The Spice Girls were sucking my Hot Spice licked my balls. Baby Spice licked the tip. I dropped my and blew off her lip. Oh!
Don't miss Dice World.
Scary Spice. Girl!
Andrew Dice Clay in Dice World.
Oh, tell me what you want, what you motherfucking want. Spice Girls got no class, so I them up the so.
11:32, 28 till noon at 560. The Mad Dog, the most popular man on the planet who's still alive. He'll be at 2 o'clock. Humper at 4, and then we got all that ball game stuff. Lots of ball game stuff. Big game tonight. Let's give some tickets away. What do you say?
No.
How about those Panther LA Kings tickets? Anybody want those? We got 3 pair without a parking pass. Anybody want those?
No.
Let's see. Frontline, 9 o'clock WXCL, 11, 10 o'clock PBS Miami 2. And then it says, watch the show online. Well, I could watch the show online. The only problem with that is I have no audio here on my really chintzy setup that they got for me on this computer. Good computer, but no audio card. So it's kind of pointless just to watch the video, if you catch my drift. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
I bet my career is really over. Ow!
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Blow it, Hank.
What was it? I couldn't even understand it.
Can't we just play jingles instead?
What was that? What did he say? Oh. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
I had a couple of things to bring to the table here. First off, on your poll today, I'm going to have to say Eminem. If he wasn't a white boy, he'd just be another black rapper.
Okay.
In regards to Toronto, what's the cost of living as it is compared to the United States? Is it more there? Is it less than here?
About the same.
Is it? Yeah, I just moved down here from Colorado, and this place blows. And I hear you talking about Toronto all the time, and it just sounds like such a better place.
It is.
Yeah. And maybe for your future poll, silliest superstition. I don't know about you, but I can't stand it when I got in an elevator and there's no 13th floor. It's just these Americans, or maybe just society in general, with their superstitions, not walking under a ladder, black cat crossing, things like that.
Good one. I'm writing it down.
Excellent. Have a great day, Neil.
Thanks, Pally. And don't unpack. Get out of there before it's too late. Oh, what's so great about Canada? What's so great about Toronto? Let me say it again. All you people out there that don't like wherever the hell I'm talking about, whether it's Amsterdam, Toronto, whether it's Cancun, whatever, don't go there. Don't come here. Don't go there. Don't do nothing. Just sit there on your ass and pretend that you're in paradise, okay? I know somebody who thinks he's in paradise.
Absolutely.
And take a look at that, okay? That says it all right there. That says everything you need to know. Got Eminem down?
Got it down.
I think I'm going to vote already, even though this list is just in the origins. Here, I'm voting for a good old Condoleezza. Condoleezza, please get on your knees and quit with the bullcrap, Condoleezza. Yeah, she's the new henchman now. She's going out there to announce for El Presidente that, oh yeah, this war was justified, and he was a bad man, and yada yada yada, and he had all this crap. We haven't found it yet, but he had a lot of crap. We haven't found him yet, but he's crap. Condoleezza, let me tell you right now, honey, you're crap. You're crap on two legs is what you are. You're ridiculous. You're a silly person. Oh, it's Dr. Rice. How can you speak so disrespectfully of Dr. Rice? Right. And let me say this, by the way, since we're to certain things we aren't talking about. When it comes to balls, you can't complain about the Beasleys because, generally speaking, they don't have any. 25 till noon at 560 WQAM. QAM, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello. God, please.
WQAM, hello.
I'd like to talk to Neil.
That was Woody. Yes, sir.
Neil, Elephant, Mary Elephant.
Yeah, she's on there. She's the second name on the list.
Oh, well, I'm going to ask.
Okay, you're out. Clarence Token Thomas has 4. New list is up. Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? And Clarence Token Thomas 4, Condoleezza 4, Miriam Elephant's got a pair. None for Donovan McNabb yet, or Bryant Gumbel, or Greg Gumbel, or Eminem. WQAM, hello. WQAM.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
what about footies?
Footy?
Footies in your mouth.
Yeah. WQAM. WQAM, hello. Must be all of Mo's boyfriends are getting a little restless, you know what?
Right.
I realized he had so many. Well, it's only the same 3. WQAM, hello.
Is this the Joey Reynolds show?
Yeah, speaking. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hi Neil. How are you?
Okay.
Good. Listen, I moved down from Toronto, and the cost of living is twice as high there. It's because it's a socialized government.
No, it's not. No, it's not twice as high if you have an American paycheck, because the dollar here is only worth 75 cents.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you take your average person making 45, 50,000, the tax rate there, you're taxed to death.
Yeah, well, the taxes here are brutal. There's no question about that. You got the GST and the PST and the yeah.
So, but the health care, when they say it's free, is it really free or not?
If you're a citizen, yeah.
Yeah, but aren't you paying it through your high taxes or whatnot?
So what's the point, sir? You don't like it here? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, that's why I left there, because it's,
Okay.
it's a bunch of packies in
Yeah,
India.
well, let me suggest this to you. Don't come back, okay? 5670560, pound 560. See, South Florida is like a magnet for all the people just like him, right there. It's a good example. Unhappy, pissed off, bigoted, narrow-minded, nasty, looking for the negative, which is great. I'm delighted that those people, most of them, get the hell out of here because it leaves all the really nice people and friendly people and happy people here, which everybody seems to be getting along just fine. Isn't that amazing? What a concept. Hey, good morning. Have a nice day. See you around, eh? Just like that! And of course you're hearing it the last 2 days, just pouring through the phone as they're trying to make up for lost time. Have a good time. That check's in the bank. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
They're not the Bush people are not only in full spin control on this war, but they're in spin control on this leak in the CIA operative.
Yeah.
Because they keep saying person. We're not going to find the person, but it was two people who made the calls.
It was Osama and Saddam.
Probably. But then there's also a third person who broke the story to the Washington
To Bob
Post.
Novak, yes.
So there's three people right there who know what this...
Sir, let me say this to you, okay? Life will be a lot better for all of us if we don't even worry about these things until Election Day, because the fact of the matter is the media is sleeping, the American public is sleeping. You hear, generally, you got morons out there, man. That's what America's become. Mindless morons who are immersed in caca, because that's what the media has fed them for years now.
Right. And another thing about Ann Coulter, somebody mentioned her. You know, she made a remark that she wished Timothy McVeigh had parked his truck outside the New York Times building.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and they treat these people like they're, like they're some kind of geniuses.
Like a responsible journalist, right.
I mean, it's
maybe she can elope with Pat Robertson.
Well, that'd be a good pair, but it's just unbelievable that she's given, a platform to expound.
Well, even on this Frontline show last night, what irritates me is that every time PBS does one of these shows, they have to spend about half of the time interviewing Richard Pearl. Well, what the hell credibility has he got?
None, zero. He's
He's one of them.
He's a spin doctor.
You bet.
Okay, Neil.
Hang in there, pal.
Thanks a lot.
5670560. There's John Stamos, looking pretty good, by the way. 20 till noon at QAM. Hey, do you like scary Halloween fun? Are you scared of the dark? You think you like to be scared? You have the guts to face your fears? You don't know what fear really is until you work on this radio station and until you've survived Phobia House. It's House of Masquerade's 3D haunted house. Phobia House is recognized as one of the scariest haunted houses in the entire country. It scares, and scares some more. If you think you can survive their collection of 3D phobia-infested nightmares, living dead things, blood curtains, and other screaming horrors, all of these things, then come on down. But leave the little ones at home. This isn't a haunt for children under 14. Just ask somebody who survived them before. Phobia House is an experience you'll never forget, no matter how hard you try. Come on, Nancy, face your fears if you dare. Phobia House by House of Masquerades. Call 305-238-3351. Mention the Neil Rogers Show or Scott Farrell and save $1 on admission. Phobia House located at 12105 South Dixie Highway in Miami, just 15 blocks south of the Falls. Screams start at 7 p.m. this Friday, as in tonight and Saturday.
This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
She's got money, she's in the movies, she makes CDs that are groovy, she has better thank her booty. Big boy. I'm so glad for the back that I got. I'm just Jenny with the butt. You have a little, but I have a lot. Everywhere I go, people look at my big one. I bet it fit in the pants that I got. I'm just Jenny with the butt. When it comes to booty, no, I have a lot. No matter what I do, I'm known for my big one. There ain't one thing that I lack. Got Van and Fleck, loves my crack. I got that. I shake my butt and the amounts roll in. It's real, I thought I told you. My lump's bigger than Oprah. My booty, it ain't phony, it's so roomy. It could house a family. I'm so glad for the fact that I got. I'm just Jenny with the butt. You have a little, but I have a lot. Everywhere I go, people look at my big one. I bet it fit in the pants that I got. I'm just Jenny with the butt. When it comes to booty, no, I have a lot. No matter what I do, I'm known for my big one.
11:45 at 560 WQAM. Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? 58 votes, and we got a battle going on. Miriam Elephant's got 22. Condoleezza has 20. Clarence Token Thomas 9. Bryant Gumbel 3. Donovan McNabb's got a pair. Greg Gumbel 1, and Eminem's got 1. Kind of a hook-shaped one. Here's the article I was searching for, and the reason I couldn't find it, I have it stashed in my Bible and the Inquirer. The one with Rush's puss on the front where it shows all them pill stories. Last Friday's Palm Beach Post Friday, October 3rd, prescriptions overuse linked to sudden hearing loss. You hear me, Miguel?
Uh-huh.
One of the prescription drugs national radio talk show host Rush Limbaugh is alleged to have abused has been linked to sudden hearing loss, an affliction that just coincidentally struck Limbaugh 2 years ago. Just a coincidence. At the time, doctors said they were unsure of the exact cause of Limbaugh's hearing loss, but said that overuse of medication was not a factor. Right.
Sure.
Of course, they didn't know he was popping it. Limbaugh wouldn't reveal the cause of his deafness. Coincidentally, the House Ear Institute in Los Angeles, where Limbaugh sought treatment, discovered in 1999 that some of its patients with sudden hearing loss had overused a common painkiller that combines hydrocodone and acetaminophen. This combination is sold under several brand names: Vicodin, Hydrocet, Norco, and Lorcet. Lorcet, where have we heard that before? Just so happens Lorcet is one of the prescriptions Limbaugh's former housekeeper said she procured for him. It must be just another one of them strange coincidences. Doctors at the clinic said prolonged use of the painkiller was a common factor among 29 patients with sudden hearing loss. How do you like that? And all that other good stuff. Nice going, Rush. Pop another one. 5670, and of course, like I said, those people have become just totally unglued. They don't know whether to scream or peel a banana now. WQAM, hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Okay, sir.
Anybody call you about the Panther game last night? I don't want to bore anybody. Okay,
No.
I went to the game. No problem getting a ticket. $10. I didn't park. It was kind of frightening. There was like hardly anybody there.
That's not true.
Crap.
Well, how many did they say were there? I mean, I went down to the lower bowl, fifth row, in the middle of the second period.
Yeah.
Well,
the attendance was 17,200 and something, and both Scott and Miguel were both there last night, and they said that there were probably at least 15,000, which, for opening night isn't close to a sellout.
They must be all outside smoking, I guess. I don't know. Just when you're watching the game, it's... But
There was
the funny part
hardly anybody there?
I'm telling you, I watched the game. I mean, I got there a little after the first period, but the second and third periods, you could look, there were so many empty seats, it was not even funny. Unless they
Well,
were
the only
outside.
thing I did watch, because I got the hockey package here, I watched about 30 seconds early in the second period, and it did look like there was nobody there, but I'm assuming that they were all out in the hallway farting around
Probably
and
all,
getting food.
talking on their cell phone.
Right.
But here's the best part. After the game, I hung out for a little bit at the Budweiser Terrace, and about 20 minutes after the game comes Mike Keenan, and he's starting to pound them with the fans. I mean, does that happen? I almost, my jaw dropped.
Hey, listen, if you were working that job, you'd probably be doing the same thing.
That's true, too.
Till
But
4
anyway,
a.m. Okay, thanks for the bogus report. There's a guy that says there was nobody at the game. See, there's more negativity. They had 17,200, which is not a sellout, but nevertheless, against a pretty marginal, boring opponent like Carolina, it's not a bad crowd on a Thursday night. And right off, there was nobody there, but they just feed this negativity. It's just constant. It just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. And by the way, for that schmuck who moved from Toronto down to there, let me just say this to you, okay? The Packies here, every one of them, even the ones that smell bad, smell a lot better than you do, putz. Schmuck. Oh, and the Pakistanis and the Indians and the Chinese and, too bad we can't all be red-blooded Americans like that punk. Stay where the hell you are, eh? 56705. See, it's just astonishing to me. It's like there's always it's like a one-sided battle, I say it's a sunny day. Oh, you're wrong. There's a big storm coming, Neil. You better watch it. Better batten down the hatches. You just wait a couple of months when it's snowing up to your ass. Oh my God. Just a seething, hostile, negatory place. Let me just say this to you also. Of course, there are a lot of losers who can't afford to live in places where, it's a little pricey, like Boston or Toronto or places like that, because they're schleppers and they don't have two nickels to rub together. So they have to search for, like, the low-rent district, like probably that guy lives in Miramar or somewhere. Wouldn't that be a good place for him? Miramar.
Stick him in Hialeah.
And Hialeah would be good. Maybe Hialeah Gardens would be good. One of them $250 a month apartments would be excellent.
How about Overtown?
Where the roaches are bigger than your mama. Are you starting with that racial stuff again?
No.
You better watch it, mister, because you're going to be packing up right with your buddy there. You're going to have like on the same bus. The two of you, man, you just don't know when you have it well. Look at all the big bucks you're making. Well, I mean, look at all the free hockey tickets you're getting. And I told you a long time ago, do not listen to George, okay? He's a little agent provocateur. He's looking to get your ass fired. That's why he told you, whatever you do, don't hit that yellow square thing, okay? Don't hit it. What is this thing that they're doing? Pox on the socks.
Tip that we use this time in feng shui is based on the principle.
No, feng shui your ass, okay? Feng shui. Oh, my God. Holy Toledo, as Rick Weaver would say. I miss Rick Weaver a lot, right?
Absolutely.
Those were the days. Those were the good days. Let's see. Jay faxes and says, The ultimate answer to your poll, and the person who should have inspired it is none other than the queen of the Yenta operatives, Oprah. That's an excellent one. Oprah, the billionairess, for what reason we have no idea. Another might be Robin Quivers or Jew Fiedler, who would have been cut years ago if he was black. That's good. I like that, Jay Fiedler. That's a very good kind of like reverse logic thing there. You see what I'm saying? Sure you do. Robin Quivers, I don't think so. She's there because she sucks hard. Can you play the crow drop where he limits? Oh, I want to play a whole bunch of crow drops because he wants the one with the phone number, which is okay. Like
567 08560.
But my favorite one is
how about you and amoeba, trobe, the amoeba, the blobber. Okay?
I will never forget that phone number.
That is the best.
Go in the locker room and pump, pump, pump.
Yeah.
So how many of these you want to pull?
Manny Ramirez.
Now, you stepped on him.
Manny Ramirez.
He is now. Warren Cromar to get the crow on there. We could just put the crow if you like. Here's another one. Says, please put Oprah on the list. Well, we just did.
Oprah.
She's just as talentless as Ricky Lake, but since she was the first black woman on daytime TV, she's considered a talent. So Charles in Fort Lauderdale Beach. And Charles, you are
absolutely correct, sir.
Got your thumb right on it, Charlie. That damn bitch.
Oprah.
She couldn't talk her out of a paper sack. Oh, but she's worth billions of dollars. Yeah, well, tell me why. Because her name spells Harpo backwards? Big stinking deal. Talentless bitch. Oh, speaking of crazy people. Some very bizarre people anyway. I don't know if they're crazy or not, but they're certainly strange. A Coral Gables elementary school teacher and her volunteer aide were charged yesterday with binding and gagging 6-year-olds with heavy tape as punishment for misbehaving. I bet you Tom Ridge would be proud they finally found something to do with that duct tape. The aide is a felon on probation for armed burglary with a knife, cocaine possession, and grand theft. Dade County school administrators say they never knew. This has got to be one of the greatest things. All you people with little kids in school should rest real easy, not. Dade County school administrators said they never knew because they don't conduct background checks on school volunteers. If this is not a critical problem but is deemed an anomaly, which it appears to be, how many hairs are we going to split? Asked Superintendent Merritt Steerheim, saying the $70 per person fee for fingerprint checks on the district's 21,400 volunteers is prohibitive. Where do we get to a point of diminishing returns? In other words, so if a few axe murderers get through, it ain't worth spending the money. God, what an asshole. Charged Thursday were veteran first-grade teacher Vonda Christie and her close friend, volunteer Yvonne Nieves. Christie reportedly did nothing to intervene when Nieves disciplined at least 5 students by taping their hands, ankles, heads, and mouths, police said. The alleged incidents occurred between late August and September 11. Who? Christie, who's been raising Nieves' son since 2000, brought her into the classroom despite knowing her history of arrest and drug use. I can't understand how the school system would allow my precious angel of 6 years old in that person's hand, said Pedro Jaireu, whose son Peter Anthony said he was taped by Nieves. If Steerheim had a 6-year-old and this happened to him, I think he'd change his tune immediately. Both women were charged with 5 counts of child abuse. Nieves also faces 5 counts of false imprisonment. They both were in jail as of last night, to which we say, all right. Excellent. How do you like that? I just have to read that to myself again. The so-called teacher's aide is a felon on probation for armed burglary with a knife, cocaine possession, and grand theft. Dade County school administrators said they never knew because they don't conduct background checks on school volunteers. And Merritt, I'm an asshole Steerheim, who helped to give us the Metro fail many years ago, says, oh, well, we're just a point of diminishing return. We can't afford to be doing that. We can't do that. How do you like that? I wonder if Juan Medieta is still there on the shoulder of Pinga Pequeña, huh? Probably one of your people. You're probably good buddies with Juan Medieta, right, Miguel?
Sure.
He's very similar to you. Well, he doesn't look quite as good.
That's for sure.
Which of these people, well, you used to look pretty good. Which of these people do you most strong? And by the way, has anybody come rushing in there? I know this is humorous. With a check for abandoned pet rescue this morning?
No, we had to. Scott's over there holding the door back. So, not too many people bum rush the door at one time.
I got news for you. You could have Scott holding the door open, peering up and down the hallways, and you'll notice the quickened pace of everybody in the hall, how fast they'd be running in the other direction.
Well, they're in the building, the radio's not on in here,
Well, that's right. They're listening to Power 96. They're not listening to this crap. That's right. When we start doing good radio, then they might listen. That's another one. It seems like all of these chronics are like they just got all let out, in the same week. Like maybe like yesterday for maybe it's for Columbus Day, or maybe like for Monday is Canadian Thanksgiving, eh?
There's phone time at the sanitary.
At the joint?
At the joint.
Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? That's our question on the NeilRogers.com. Condoleezza 32, Miriam Elephant 30. They got a battle going. How many's Miriam got?
About 30, man.
Clarence Thomas 20. And then it's small taters after that. Brian Gumble 5, Eminem 5, Donovan McNabb's got a pair. Greg Gumble 1. We don't have Oprah on there yet or Jay Fiedler. Hey, Jay, what do you say?
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
This is Jennifer Lopez. I have to take my hormones every day to keep the hair from growing back around my nipples. And that's when I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Hey, basketball fans. What could be better than watching your favorite players slam dunk? How about watching them get dunked in the slammer? You can with the all-new NBA Criminal League. Yes, all your favorite players on the court are now in court. There's Kobe Bryant, Darrell Armstrong, Damon Stoudemire, Glenn Robinson, Chris Webber, Jerry Stackhouse, and of course, Allen Iverson.
Iverson shoots. And he scores! Go bases!
When all the NBA superstars are in lockdown, the action is locked up. The NBA Criminal League.
I'll tell you, with this much talent, it's going to be awful tough to pick the MVP, the most violent prisoner. Oh, Dexter.
They've gone from committing fouls to committing felonies, and you can be a material witness to all the drama with the NBA Criminal League.
See there, man, that's what I call a dead ball.
The NBA Criminal League.
I love these gangsters!
12:02 at 560 WQM. So last night on the Frontline show, one of the things they pointed out is that Dick Cheney, who they just had on CNN moments ago. Liar, liar, your pants are on fire, baby. He's got heartburn. A year after they proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, the FBI investigated that so-called meeting in Czechoslovakia in Prague, between Mohammed Atta and Iraqi officials. Come to find out that Mohammed Atta must have been like in two places at the same time because he was in Florida when that meeting was supposed to have been taking place, and the FBI made it very, very clear. But nevertheless, a year later, Cheney comes on there and repeats the same crap. It's like the old, who was it? Was it the Austrians or the Choymans who used to talk about the big lie? Arnold. 5670560, pound 560. Somebody suggests Johnny Cochran for the list. He wouldn't play the race card, would he?
Yes.
That's a good one. Johnny's Cochran. Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? That's our poll question today on NeilRogers.com. And you might want to peruse Arnold's pulsing schlong on there, too. It's not really pulsing. It's like kind of limp. 130 votes. Miriam Elephant 45. Now, which do you like better? Do you like the naked picture of Arnold with the skimpy towel, or the one about poor what's-his-name?
Roy!
Getting carried away by Tigger the Tiger?
I haven't seen either, to be honest with you.
You haven't seen either one of them?
No.
Well, just turn around to your chair right now and take a puke at those, man. Oh, and speaking of Miguel, I was just listening on the audio. El Presidente, that big emotional speech he made, that pandering speech this morning about tightening the screw. Now, so which picture do you like better?
Well, hold on.
Yeah, he's checking
Opening
Arnold.
page.
The Arnold one is a long one in the picture, too. You mean you're not even there yet?
No, it still says opening page.
Oh, my God. Jesus. One thing I got here, man, my internet connection is faster than Mo could pick a dingleberry.
Yeah, can line.
Yeah. And?
There's a dollar bill.
And?
What about it? Which one is better? Where's the other one? Well,
I'm so glad that Miguel is doing the show today. You know what? Anyway, so Bush is talking about making tighter bans on travel to Cuba. Of course, you already can't travel to Cuba from the U.S., but he's going to tighten the screws on that. And this, wait till you hear this. This is going to get Fidel out of there. He's going to make for stronger signals for radio and TV Marti. So instead of like, Lucy, it'll be, Lucy! Like that. Ooh, won't that be good? Lucy! What a joke. Anyway, Miriam Elephant's got 45 votes. Condoleezza 37, Clarence Token Thomas 29, Eminem 6, Brian Gumble 6, Donovan McNabb 3. Oprah's got only 2 so far. Greg Gumbel's got 1, Jay Fiedler 1, and we got to get Johnny Cochran on there as well. And anybody else you'd like. 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Anybody want those Panther LA King tickets? No. We had one hockey call today. The Panther won their home opener last night against the Hurricane, 3-1. You know how the frogs always say, the panther, always like in the singular for some reason, and out of the corner of their mouth, like Luc Robitaille and Jean Chrétien. WQAM, hello.
Hey, put me up.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, can you pass a suggestion to Neil for the poll? I can't stay on hold.
Only one.
Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton's a reverend. He's a man of the cloth, man. What does that mean? Because of his skin color? Then you'd have to say that every
successful black,
preacher, like Jesse Jackson or something like that. And what kind of crap is that? Picking on poor Al Sharpton. And as much as I find him obnoxious and unacceptable, I will say this for him. Any of the debates that I've seen him participate in, he's always got the best lines, you know? Of course, if they had any Republican opposition, I know who'd have the best lines there. El Presidente, he's got a lot of experience with them lines. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Anybody want the Panther LA Kings? We got 3 pair for November 5, my birthday. You notice all the interest in that, Scott?
Oh, sure.
What did I tell you? Nobody cares. Just like, and this is the truth, and I know we had the tapes earlier in the season. We tried giving away Marlin tickets on the air. George took Marlin tickets to his appearances at Treasure Island or wherever else. And not only were they not taking any of them, but they were like giving him tickets to like, oh, well, see if he can give these away, because we don't want them.
I witnessed that firsthand.
The same tickets that are now going for $2,500 on your scalp to see the Cubs and the Marlins now. Talk about front-running phonies. See, I mean, I'm glad, like I said, for the town something good happened. I'm glad for Jack McKeon, even though he's one of the God Squad people. Oh, I'll tell you who else I'm really getting nauseated about with that God crap. It's okay, Pudge, you know, he does the cross himself on every pitch. A lot of those Catholics, especially well, I guess only the Hispanics, right? It's a spick thing.
Sure.
But when he hit that home run the other night and started pointing to the sky, at that point, you know, I just, that stuff just makes me want to barf, you know?
Well, maybe he's pointing at somebody.
Huh?
Maybe he's pointing to like his old man or something.
His old man is in the sky?
I don't know if his old man's alive or dead. He could be pointing at him.
Is his old man in the sky? Don't you get it?
I get it.
Don't you understand how ridiculous that is and how obnoxious and I'm just tired of that crap, okay? If you want to believe in your fairy tales, fine, keep it to yourself, but don't keep foisting it on everybody. Oh, but I mean, you know, like Jack McKeon with that God stuff after they won the series against the Giants. Or was it after they won which one was it? After they won a game, that extra inning game, 11 innings? And he's going on about the Lord this and is on their side and Jesus and all this other horse crap, man. The God Squad. Jesus Christ Almighty. Oh, sorry.
Oi.
WQAM.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir?
I was voting for Elephant. I wanted to vote for Oprah Blimpley.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil, you can watch that starting tomorrow, that Frontline show, Truth, War, and Consequences, starting tomorrow. Also, if you can go back and...
Is Bob Barker on it?
Also, check out one with John O'Neill called The Man Who Knew.
I already saw that.
Oh, yeah, it was good. And also, I sent you a spy report about Randy Rhodes besmirching your good name and saying all these good things about you.
Like what?
She was saying about how when she was down and out and you guys had some event to go to in Tampa, you rented her a car and got her a suite and stuff like that. And I was really disappointed to hear what a nice guy you really are.
Oh, sorry.
See you, Neil. Thanks.
Okay. Bad for my image, Randy. Don't be talking about what a nice guy I am. I want to be a real prick. That's what I want to be. A hard ass. We got lard ass and hard ass. Only he's popping the good ones. Hey, how about some Oxycontins, Rush? How about a little... Why do you think his name is Rush? 5670560. I can't wait to get the new Enquirer. I wonder when that's coming out. Because this one that had the front page story, I don't... It's dated October 14. Usually it's like dated about a week ahead, but when this came out it was a week ago, so like 2 weeks ahead. And it's still on the... Because every day I keep checking the newsstand to see if there's like a new one. Because they're supposed to have some more amazing and psychotic stuff. And I don't care what my good, close, former personal friend Scott Farrell says. The Enquirer, they're pretty damn careful about the crap they put in there, okay? He thinks it's just another one of them tabloids like the Star and the Tatler and all that other, the Weekly World News. He don't get it. Even Scott Jr. there told me this morning that Farrell, sometimes he just don't get it. Isn't that what you said?
Look at his face.
Yeah. Redder than usual, redder than even the picture on our website.
Purple.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was answering the phones. What?
I said you're full of crap.
Thank you.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, how's it hanging?
Pretty good.
Hey, listen, I know this is probably a bulletin to the people in the promotions department at QAM, but, you know, we
Good.
got
Rip Miguel, he's part of them. He's 50% of our promotion department. He's sitting right there. He can take it.
All right. Well, you know, you're talking about, you know, the good work you're doing for the abandoned parent rescue. Why don't they get somebody's ass out at the ball game? There was 60,000 people the next 3 days. I'm sure maybe 500 people might want to buy something of 60,000.
There you go. That would be 10
I
grand.
mean, is that like, you know, rocket science?
Right.
Can I have the tickets?
I'll take it out. I'll take all that stuff out there just for you, bro.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, you've got 65,000 people. I'm sure there's got to be 10, 20, 30.
I want to give you an idea of the difference. When we were at WIOD, George and I, and we were, you know, doing the same thing, raising money for charity. It took a little bit of work in doing with the Dolphin organization, but we arranged a thing where they let us peddle our stuff. They didn't want us to do the T-shirts because it would conflict with some of the T-shirts they sell, you know, at the stadium.
Sure.
But they let us do the CDs and the whatever else we were doing in those days right there in front of a Dolphin game, and we raised plenty of money. In fact, I remember being in on that appearance.
I mean,
that was the difference between IOD. But keep in mind, it's not Doreen and Miguel. It's the QA management. It's their attitude. They don't give a crap. They give us no support. All they want to do is just, you know, they give me a big paycheck, which is fine, but they figure, well, that's all they got to do. They don't want to lend you any tangible support, and that's it.
Well, it just seems like there's such an event happening here, and this is such an event town that, I mean, somebody, you know...
Go out there and ask me for a CD, man.
I'm just saying, I mean, nothing against Miguel. I mean, sure, he's a great guy and everything. And
He's not a great guy. He just happens to look good. If he didn't look good, man, I'll tell you, we'd all be all over his ass.
Well, that's with anything. All the good-looking people get everything. You know,
that's right. In fact, I'm going to do that poll next week. That's better than one day.
Even if they didn't let them go into the stadium, if they parked right on 27th and 199th Street, I'm sure.
Sir, you are absolutely correct. I couldn't agree with you more.
Can I have the hockey tickets for that?
Sure, hang on. Give him a pair, okay? No, he's right. He ought to be working in our promotion department. But of course
he could go out there on University Drive.
What does that mean?
He could be. I got to be at the 10. I got to be at Gate G. I can't be in two places at once.
Well, you know something? It seems to me we got so many flunkies running around that place. We could get Scott right there to go out and do it. What the hell else is he doing besides picking his nose and yanking on Moe's Dingleberry, huh?
Is there free parking?
Well, we'd arrange for you to free parking, okay?
Pick up line 9, dude.
Jesus. Yeah, pick up line 9 and take care of the guy and quit
Am I giving him a job or tickets?
You're giving him both. He's going to be the new promotion director, and he's going to the Panther Kings game.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Yeah.
Scott?
One moment.
Hey, you bastard.
Friday night on E. It's the making of the Enrique Iglesias song, Hero.
I can be your hero, baby. Everything is beautiful.
Oh, Journey, this is not what Enrique's fans want.
Yeah,
you need to get in there. You need to get him to cry.
I know.
That's what they want.
I got an idea. Let me see if this works.
Would you run? I know you would.
Enrique.
Yes, my dear.
Guess what?
What?
Santa, he got kidnapped, and the kidnappers, what they want for ransom is you to sing the song. Or they'll kill Santa.
That is so sad. Santa Claus is a beautiful man, and yes, I will sing the song. Please cue up the music. And would you run? And never look back.
Enrique, look at this puppy on the TV.
Oh.
Isn't he cute?
Yes.
He doesn't have a home, and he's starving on the streets.
Why would that doggy starve on the street?
But if you sell enough records by singing this song, maybe we can find homes for all the little doggies in the world.
Would you tremble if I touched your lips?
Hey, Enrique, what do you want for lunch today?
A big bacon classic from Wendy's.
Oh, they don't even sell that anymore. They don't make it anymore because you were bad.
I do not remember doing anything.
You know what, though? If you sing your song, I'll make it for you.
Okay, thank you. And I will stand by you.
This weekend on E, it's an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the making of the Enrique Iglesias song, Hero.
Enrique, look, the newest poll is out, and guess what? It says you're not sexy anymore.
Don't miss the making of Hero. Enrique Iglesias, Friday night on E. Everything Entertainment.
So that was Chronic Pete, the board op. We just got the hockey tickets. Good guy, though. He deserves it. He's okay. Never stole a freight train. That's a good lesson to you, Scott. Burn out old board ops. That's what they become. Talk show callers and faxers. Arnold's blackout about Enron. This was in the New York Daily News yesterday. This is the fourth different article about the Kenny Lay meeting, and of course nobody out there cares. It's kind of a moot point now anyway after the election. This is written by Juan Gonzalez. See, there you go. There's one for Miguel Gonzalez. I think he's kin to Speedy Gonzalez. On May 17, 2001, after the third in a series of rolling blackouts in California, Los Angeles Mayor Richard Riordan and a small group of top California business executives held a private meeting at the Plush Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills to discuss the solution to the state's mounting power problems. The main guest at the meeting and the man who asked Riordan to convene it was Kenny Lay, then CEO of Enron Corporation, Kenny Boy. This was 5 months before the Texas-based energy firm collapsed into the biggest bankruptcy and corporate fraud case in U.S. history at the time. Also attending that May meeting with Lay was Arnold Schwarzenegger, who this week was elected governor of California. Other participants included Michael Milken, the former junk bond dealer sentenced to 10 years in prison in the 1980s for insider trading, as well as the heads of several energy, biotech, and investment firms. So what was Schwarzenegger, then just another Hollywood star doing at a private meeting with Ken Lay and all those high-powered business execs? Good question. You'd think Schwarzenegger, who told California voters during the recall election that he was not a politician, would have an answer. He brushed off attempts by CNN and Arianna Huffington, who subsequently dropped out of the governor's race, to raise the issue by saying he cannot recall meeting with Lay. His campaign didn't respond yesterday to requests for comment. Arnold has a pattern of not recalling, Huffington told me. Whatever happened in the meeting, why wouldn't you recall you were there? It's a case of total amnesia. Last Friday, a series of internal Enron emails released by the Foundation for Taxpayer and Consumer Rights, which I read yesterday, that story, a California consumer advocacy group, confirmed that Schwarzenegger attended the meeting and that the gathering was part of an Enron campaign to press California leaders for more electricity deregulation. Schwarzenegger participated actively in the discussions, an executive who attended the meeting said yesterday. In one of the Enron emails dated May 11, 2001, a former company spokeswoman, Karen Denny, wrote to Lay, "We're working to set up 2 meetings, one in L.A. and one in Silicon Valley. For the L.A. meeting, we'd like you to call Mayor Dick Riordan and ask for his help putting together a group of key, influential business leaders, explain about our comprehensive solution. Business support is critical to garner political support." Lay represented a number of ideas, but there was a lot of pushback, said the executive who attended the meeting. I do remember Arnold was one of the ones who questioned the logic of what Enron was saying. The meetings Lay held came at a critical time in the state's energy crisis, says Doug Heller of the Foundation for Taxpayer and Consumer Rights. Only a few weeks before the meeting, Lieutenant Governor Celia Cruz Bustamante filed a $9 billion civil suit that alleged price gouging by California's major power companies. After months of skyrocketing electricity prices and third rolling blackout, the California legislature had just passed an emergency measure authorizing a $10 billion bond issue to keep the supply of electricity flowing. Many Californians had reached the conclusion that deregulation and market manipulation were behind the crisis, and more than anyone else in the country, Ken Lay was the architect of deregulation. After Enron collapsed that October, internal company documents revealed company traders and other energy firms had fraudulently created artificial shortages to drive up prices in California. Enron's major trader in the state, Tim Belden, pleaded guilty in December to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and is cooperating with a Justice Department investigation. When Schwarzenegger was only a Hollywood actor, it didn't matter if he met with Lay. Now as governor of the biggest state in the country, it does. Outgoing Governor Gray Davis requested that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission force the big power companies, including Enron, to return $9 billion stolen from California customers. Governor-elect Schwarzenegger must decide what to do about that demand. A few days ago, he released a 10-point program for solving California's huge budget deficit. Nowhere does it mention the state's energy crisis or the return of $9 billion to Californians. Let's hope the star of Total Recall hasn't forgotten that one, too. Right, wrote Juan Gonzalez in yesterday's New York Daily News. Another one, there's about 400 articles telling you the same thing, but don't confuse the public because he's a celebrity, baby. It's Arnold. It's the Terminator in California. God, there's so many stupid people in so little time, you know it? And even Pete the Board out there had some pretty good ideas about the fundraiser. Of course, that's because he used to work at IOD, a real radio station.
Yeah, real brilliant.
What?
If I put that out there, 1.5 million people are going to want that for free. And then I got to describe to 1.5 million people the whole process.
So what are you trying to say, that you're a pussy?
Yeah.
See, another thing about
and
this
I've tried
radio,
that before, too.
Another thing about this radio station, and that is that unlike in IOD, where we had a whole bunch of people who were willing to do stuff like that, unless it has to do with sports, like even this thing about Bell South that you're hawking me about, unless it has to do with sports, then forget about it. We get nothing. See, and that's the reason that our fundraiser every year, that's why I didn't even bother doing it last year, which was a good move on my part. And now this year I see gloom and doom. If we raise 50 grand this year, it'll be one of the greatest miracles in history of mankind. Because I can remember about a month ago, you and George both saying, oh, well, gee, it's only September. We don't usually start till October. Well, now it's the 10th of October, okay? It's a turd over.
You turd.
And is the money pouring in?
No.
Are the dollars like...
No.
Of course not. We got, what, about 31 grand? 10 of which is mine? I could do a better fundraiser out here on the corner with a tin cup. Spare some change, mister? I guarantee I could do better than that. Just get a good sad look on my puss. But that's the QM way, man. Unless it has to do with sports, it's not only not a priority, it just isn't even on the radar screen. If it sounds like I'm bitching about it, you're right. WQAM, hello.
Neil, good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay.
Hey, speaking of the LA Kings, you see how they lost that game last night?
No, I did not.
Well, they were winning 2-1 against Detroit with Hasek.
I saw with like 1.2 seconds left.
Yeah, Iserman, yeah. Hey, they lost to a better team,
wait a
I
minute.
guess.
They were winning. I thought Detroit won the game.
I'm saying that's how the Kings lost. Detroit, LA was winning 2-1 with 4 minutes to go.
Oh, I see. So in other words, they tied it with 4 minutes, and then they scored the winning goal with like 1.2 seconds.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yeah, hey, I'm a bit of a King fan now. Even though I'm born and raised in Philly, I like Czechmonic. I wish they hadn't traded him, so I'm rooting for the Kings a little bit now.
Well, good luck to you. You'll need it.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a long year. Well, they're banged up right now. They got a decent team if they're healthy.
Well,
they really do.
Hang on. You got the tickets. Hang on.
Thank you, sir.
That's what he wanted. I mean, what's the point of putting the audience into a coma? The audience don't care about the LA Kings. They wouldn't know Ziggy Palfy from Ziggy's Steakhouse, They don't know from that. Unlike our two big hockey fans there. Now listen, I don't want to take the break yet because Scott obviously has got Gerald Ford syndrome. He cannot walk and chew gum at the same time. What if we take the break now? See what I'm saying?
And then pick up the phone line.
And then you can pick up the phone, and then you can insert the clarets deep into your
rectum
and have really good breath the rest of the weekend.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Rogers.
Hey, there we go. Hey, y'all, my name is Vance Eugene Thomas, President Bush's nominee for the Supreme Court. And there's lots of people out there that think just 'cause I smoked a little marijuana when I was in college. Yeah, there wasn't nothing but a pen joint. Well, maybe a cigar side joint. I don't remember, y'all. That they don't think I'm fit to be on the Supreme Court. Yeah, I got the munchies. Let's do this quick and get out of here. I want to set y'all straight. When I start reviewing the law, I don't just review the law. Hell, y'all. I be toking. All right. And I toke it to the east. And I toke it to the west. And I toke it while I look up Sandra Day O'Connor's dress.
Okay.
I be toking. Let's go burn one, y'all.
1232 at 560 WQAM. Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has their job because of their skin color? 195 vote. Miriam Elephant's starting to pull away. She's got 68. Condoleezza has got 56. Clarence Token Thomas, 44. He's doing well. Eminem, 10. Brian Gumble, 6. Oprah's got 5. Donovan McNabb, 3. That should make Rush happy. Jay Fiedler's got a pair. Greg Gumble, 1. How come Johnny Cochran ain't on there yet? Nobody probably sent that to Eric, right?
It's probably in cyberspace.
It's probably lost in cyberspace. Or maybe Eric is lost in cyberspace, which means everybody watch out. Can you imagine him being lost anywhere? WQAM, hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Yes, sir.
About once a year we go up to Toronto for like a week, and you get a little more sanity when you go up there. It's quite nice. Temperature's cool. People are nice. They say hello to you, and you get a lot more bang for your buck too. Go through, you can spend a lot of money and get a lot of stuff for it. But I do want to schnorr for some tickets.
For what game is that?
The Kings game and the Panthers.
Okay, well, at least you know who's playing. Okay. Okay, that takes care of those three pair of tickets. It's funny that shit happens by psychic powers again, because I noticed after a really bizarre start today, picking up where we left off in the last hour yesterday, all the same nutcases again. But once you have something that you're giving away, like for serious, all of a sudden everybody is so nice, and they love you, and they agree with whatever the hell you say, and Toronto's the greatest place in the face of the earth, and probably Amsterdam is number 2, and you're just the next to Brad Pitt, you're the best looking guy next maybe to Tom Brady and Tom Welling and whatever else. You know what I'm saying?
Sure do.
But now, of course, that we gave away all 3 pair of the Panther King tickets, and there ain't no mo. We ain't got no mo. Well, that's the end of that. And I'll say it again. How come all the sports shows on the radio station are giving away baseball tickets for the Marlins and the Cubs, which Miguel used to give us all kind of tickets to try to force us to give them away that nobody wanted all the time? How come you haven't brought us any Cub Marlin tickets?
I don't have a say in these.
Well, who does?
I'm not saying.
No, I want to know who does. Don't be mum.
I'll find out during the break.
Yeah, during the break we'll find out. If you're either going to tell us or we'll find out behind your little spick back.
Find out behind my spick back.
Right.
Isn't that wetback?
Is it Doreen?
No.
Is it Ray Perry?
No.
Is it Clarence? Ah! So my good close personal friend Clarence, who can lick my fat pimply old Jewish ass, Clarence is not providing us any Marlin Cub tickets tonight. Clarence, who called me yesterday on the phone, beep, 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 you know. The same good, close, personal buddy Clarence, who's got a rotten, nasty wanker, which is the reason that nobody will get anywhere near him, even the beast no mo. And he's not supplying us with any Marlin Cub tickets, something that everybody would want. And, of course, his rationale would be, oh, well, Neil doesn't need those. It looks to me like the rest of the station's doing pretty good, except for 5 to 8 a.m. Looks like everybody else is doing pretty good. Mad Dog don't need to have tickets to give away.
No.
The Humper sure as hell don't have to.
No.
Plus, he's got an hour of Dave Wanstead today. He's got a gimme show.
No.
So, what's that all about? But we're not a sports show. See, this is the true colors of Clarence freaking Thomas. I mean, whatever his name is, Darrow. A sports nerd, if ever there was one. I guarantee his good buddy, the Beast, has got all the tickets he wants for his fat ass. Probably got free weenies and everything at the ballpark.
He'll be in Tallahassee.
Oh, that's right. He'll be in Tallahassee for that silly girls game between the Hurricanes and Florida State. I say girls game because college football is not like for like real adults. It's for students and for people who had never grew up. Like the Beast. That's right. We got that for you noon tomorrow, baby. Hurricanes and the Seminoles, FSU. Now, FSU's good this year or what? So far?
Yeah,
so far?
they're ranked number 5. They're
all right, let's hear it. Let's go. Seminoles, that's what I say right now, okay? Kick some of that silly Hurricane ass, man. I'm so sick and tired of those silly...
The hurricane f***ing blow!
Those Hurricane fans, 90%, 95% of them never went to the university, never had a relative, a kid, or anybody else who went to that university, and I use the term university loosely. But they're the silliest freaking people on the face of the earth. They're the epitome of the bandwagon jumpers in South Florida. I mean, we've got them for the Dolphins. We've got them now for the Marlins, of course. We had them for the Panthers in that big year 100 years ago when they went to the Cup final. But I'm telling you right now, man, the Hurricane fans, the phoniest. And this game is at Florida State. But I guarantee if that game was in the Orange Bowl, you'd have 80,000, whatever the hell the thing holds, and 40,000 of it would be Seminole fans. Am I right?
Not that many, no.
40,000 would be Seminole fans. Now, what other home games did they play this year? Against what girls' teams?
Don't ask me these questions.
Come on, Scott, you can do it. You're a sports nerd.
Beg your pardon, I was talking to a caller. What?
What? Yeah, bull crap. What other girl team did the Hurricanes play at home this year so far?
FAU.
FAU.
They did
now,
not play FAU.
How many people were at that game? What was the attendance?
I lied. They didn't play FAU.
About 30, man.
Yeshiva? What was the attendance for the Yeshiva game? Hobart? RPI? See, nobody can give me no information. That's why we don't have any tickets to give away, because we have no sports nerds on the show.
Well,
Too bad George isn't here today. He could probably spit those numbers right out.
He's got all the sports answers.
I'm waiting.
Men's sports. Football. I'll give you the whole schedule right now in a minute.
No, but you're not going to be able to tell me what the crowds were. That isn't going to help.
Well, everything's been a sellout so far.
Get out of here.
Games always get sold out.
You are so full of crap, man. You are so wrong. That is the most bogus statement. The Canes
for
football
FSU,
game,
they always put those extra bleachers in.
For FSU, when they play the Gators and they play the Seminoles, they sell out. If they play Notre Dame, they sell out. If they play one of their usual weak sisters that are blind, they get like 30, 40,000 people in there. Don't give me this lie that they always sell out. That right there proves that you can't complain about your credibility because you don't have any. WQAM, hello.
Increase their revenues.
WQAM, that's your friends at Bell South. QAM, hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Okay.
I don't want any tickets. I don't agree with everything you say, but I try to be nice anyway.
Well, there you go.
You were right that if it ain't about sports, then people don't know anything about it.
Especially on this station, man. That's all they care about. Clarence, he was born with a football up his ass. That's all he knows.
Not sure about that part.
Believe me.
But your poll exemplifies it, because how people can think that Miriam Oliphant has her job because of her color. She's an elected official. She's elected in Broward County by a...
But you don't understand. She's elected, but she's still there under duress, under threat, under penalty of death.
Well, Jeb tried to get rid of her, remember? And he can't do it because she's an elected representative.
Sir, but you don't understand. You don't understand. The public should be clamoring for her to be fired. She can be fired.
Well, the point is, exactly. There is a recall option for that.
That is absolutely correct.
But nobody's done it.
And the reason that they're not doing it is because of the fact that it's because there's pressure from certain ethnic groups in South Florida, and you know that as well as I do.
Well, that aspect
she has demonstrated clearly that she is eminently unqualified. She's incompetent.
Well, she was found not guilty on all charges.
And now to save her ass, she's dispensing with all of the people around her. She's when in doubt, she's blowing them out. She's making an offer they can't refuse, so that everybody else around her can be a scapegoat.
Well, I understand the sentiment of the vote. I understand the sentiment of what it is that you're saying. But she's number one, she's an elected representative, and number two, she was found not guilty of all of those allegations.
Sir, there's a difference between not guilty and incompetence. There's a difference.
Well, I understand that, but
have a great day. We can sit here and debate this and argue this all day long. Maybe he's got Miriam blow-up doll at home, although he sounded a little light in the loafers to me. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. In addition to which, this is what the public is saying, okay? We have to debate whether the public has the right to have an opinion. That's their opinion. They think she's inept. They think she's incompetent. And you know what? I think they might be.
Absolutely correct, sir.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Dumb as dirt. Please don't say the F word.
Can't believe the language I hear on TV. Every other word is an obscenity.
All right.
It used to be the cable was a whole lot worse, but now the networks let their actors curse. There's no end in sight to this insanity. All the dialogue contains profanity. Swearing like a sailor on a 3-day pass. Words a whole lot worse than ass.
Rectum.
F-bomb, F-bomb. How long will it be before they drop the F-bomb on network TV? F-bomb, F-bomb. There's no telling when they'll drop one on the UPM.
You know, that guy that was hocking me about Miriam Oliphant was elected. So was Gray Davis. Did he break any laws?
No.
Did he commit a felony?
No.
Any misdemeanors?
No.
No. And they recalled him and they kicked his ass out. They hated him like poison. And the same is true with Miriam Oliphant. But he wants to go through this long, ponderous bada-beep, bada-boop. They don't like her, okay? You got it? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Now, do we have those attendance numbers for the Hurricanes yet?
I can't get on their page.
When they played the Nova High in the opening game of the season? When they played
East Carolina they played.
I beg your pardon?
East Carolina.
East Carolina there. Now, that was a home game?
Yes, it was.
And how many people did they have for the East Carolina game?
About 30.
No, sir. In other words, we can't get the number. On our sports-intensive radio station, where supposedly everybody in there is born with a goddamn jockstrap up their ass, and we can't get the numbers for it? And we got Miguel sitting there giving me a song and dance about how they sell out every home game, which is, I'm going to tell you right now, I'll bet Scott's life on it.
You got to bet.
Oh my.
Believe you me, they do not sell out every home game. They don't even come close to selling out every home game. The only time they got like a big, gigantic, packed house is when the other team is about 30 or 40, sometimes 50% rooting for the other team, like the Gators and the Seminoles and that crap. And the rest of the time when they're playing one of their pended, like Hobart College from Geneva, New York, there's about 15,000 people in there. Plus, a lot of people just live in the hood, just hang out. A lot of illegal aliens. You should understand that. How are we going to get the number? You can't get on their website?
Little by little. It's very slow for some reason.
Oh, and to think that I actually paid for that computer is pretty criminal. Oh, did he say Seminole?
I doubt it's the computer.
567. No, it's probably that damn Bell South again, that crappy connection we got inside the building. Wouldn't you think, Miguel? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? Miriam Elephant, the Gray Davis of South Florida, she's got 80. Condoleezza Rice, 68. Clarence Token Thomas, 56. Everybody else is way in the distance. Eminem, 12. Oprah, 10. Brian Gumbel, 7. Jay Fiedler's got 3.
Oi!
3 for Donovan McNabb, the Rush vote. Greg Gumbel, 2, and Johnny Cochran's on it, but only 1 out of 243 votes. WQAM.
Yeah. Is this Neil?
Yes, sir?
Huh?
Yes.
All right. Telling Condoleezza Rice definitely has her job because she's a nigger.
Okay, now let's see if you press it this time, Scott.
Yes, I did.
Good. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line.
I think Miguel did too.
Well, good for him. See, let's all press it together, and the button too. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
I got a suggestion for your poll.
Yes.
The Sparta attorney, Willie Geary.
Who?
Willie Geary, the attorney up in Martin County.
I have no idea who that is. I never heard of him, and neither did anybody else. You ever hear of that person?
Who?
Gary Willie. I get Willies just from that call. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. See what I mean about the tickets? Man, we gave away those Panther tickets. Well, at least that's something, or it's a good sign. People actually wanted them. We gave away 3 pair of Panther King tickets for November 5. Maybe they want them because it was my birthday, And they figure, here I am giving out tickets. Even though it's my birthday, I'm giving out gifts to everybody else.
We could have saved it for a van hit.
I'm thinking about ordering a hit myself. WQAM, hello. That's your friends at Bell South again. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I want to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Hey, Neil, I wanted to know if you saw Michael Moore on the Conan O'Brien show the other day.
No, I did not. I saw him on CNN yesterday with Soledad O'Brien. He made a monkey out of her. He made her look ridiculous. It was like he felt he was wasting his time, and he was right.
Yeah, he was pretty good on Conan. He talked about Bush and Bin Laden and how they had on 9/12 and 9/13 they were flying the Bin Ladens around the country, the family.
Right.
Yeah, good stuff like that. But just curious to see if you had seen it.
No, I'm going out this weekend and getting his new book, Dude, Where's My Country?
You got it. Me too.
Okay, thanks, Pally. Yeah, I didn't see that Conan O'Brien. I don't watch that, Knucklehead. I don't stay up to watch those late night shows. I got to get up early in the morning to entertain the public. When's that going to start? When are we going to start doing good radio, Scott?
As soon as I leave the air.
Maybe when that punk kid, maybe when somebody offs him, maybe at that point we'll start doing good radio. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Don't let me forget in the 1 o'clock hour. It's a long, not real long, but about Steve Wynn, who's got the story about Siegfried and
Roy,
and about the tiger. And he goes, no, really, he goes. Now you didn't make any comment about that picture, Miguel. All you were talking about was Arnold's penis.
The Tony the Tiger?
Right.
That's hilarious.
It's spectacular. It's in very poor taste, which of course is why we like it.
Hilarious.
It is hilarious. It's hysterical. I think the one with Arnold is in poor taste, too. That's what Maria said. WQAM, hello.
Hey, God, how's it hanging?
All right.
Just thought I'd let you know. Don't want no tickets. Just send in my Arbitron ratings. 2 of them. You're in them.
All right.
And Scott Farrell and the Mad Dog. QAM all day, all long. All right.
Love you, man.
All right, love you. Hey, have a nice weekend.
You too, thank you. That's the kind of call we like right there. That's one of our people. He don't want nothing. He supports us. He's with us, and all that other crap, right? That's what we want.
Yeah.
Right there.
Unsolicited call.
That's right. Well, what do you mean unsolicited? We can't ask people to. We can't solicit.
Oh, yes, we can.
God, you are such a moron, man. Seriously, we had the Beaner boy, with all his personal problems. We've had such a succession of losers in that building. I mean, going way, way back. And I got to be honest, you're in a league of your own.
I thought I was just carrying on.
No, you're in a special category. They haven't invented the category yet, but when they do, I'll let you know what it is. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. You notice there is no Bell South Mobility line like we used to have many years ago, but that's another story for another day when Miguel isn't there to sit and get all bent out of shape. Oh, line 9, that's always an adventure. WQAM, line 9.
Hey, Neil's wondering why he's got so many morons calling him.
Yeah.
Remind him it's a full moon.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
dude.
Okay. How do you like that?
Oh, I thought it was going to be a shot at you, man.
Oh, you were hoping.
Yeah.
You were hoping because you're a prick.
Cockamoon.
Yeah, it's the...
Cockamoon.
And the full moon, too.
Cockamoon.
Oh, we miss her so bad. Thanks for calling, lady. Rest in peace. Would like to say,
Have a decent Pesach.
even though it's the wrong holiday, but that's okay.
Have a decent Pesach.
Try another one.
Happy Purim.
There you go. We miss her so badly. She was a sweetheart. She was one of the nice people in South Florida, of which, of course, there were only about
30, man.
Yeah, and now it's like 29. Well, thanks to that guy, man, oh man. And don't forget, speaking of ratings, starting next Thursday at 1 o'clock, that'll be the unfolding, the denouement of the mystery of the riddle. The Riddler. And of course, even though it's going to be, we know what it's going to be, the morning drive. We know who's going to have the numbers and who's not.
Absolutely.
But all
By
of
the
this
way,
other... Yes.
Something.
By the way, something?
65,825.
How much?
Finally. For the
How much?
ECU game. 65,825.
And that was the opener.
That was the home opener,
That
correct.
homecoming. So that sounds like 15,000 empty seats. Doesn't it? So I guess your life is safe, Scott, because right there, that don't sound like no sellout to me.
No.
No, I mean, that is pretty good
No,
against
isn't
the
72
girls.
a sellout?
In the Orange Bowl, the attendance is 80,000.
With the seats in the end zone.
80,000. Don't try to make up stories for me, mister, because I used to go to the Orange Bowl before you were born, where they had believe me, that place was a toilet, which is what it needed was toilets. That place is a pit. When all your countrymen are busy charging $50 to park on the lawn.
Hey,
and
they're
to watch
smart.
the cockfights at
Into
halftime.
people.
Anyway, 65,000 is what, and what difference does it make whether the sellout is 72, which it's not, or what number you're going to pick out of the year? Because 65,000 is not a sellout, is it?
No.
For a homecoming?
No.
For a home opener?
No.
Against some little girl school of the blind?
No.
It's a front-running phony outfit. The whole thing is like a deck of cards, man. If they ever have a season where they lose 2 games in the same year, bada bing, man, that's going to be the end of that program.
It's already
And by the
happened.
way, down at what?
That's already happened.
Well, I'm just telling you right now. They're going to have a nervous breakdown of it. It's like Notre Dame, which, by the way, let's hear it for Notre Dame.
Oh.
Man, do they suck. Although that kid is really good looking, that quarterback. What is his name? Brady Quinn. Brady Quinn. See, the good look. I can't remember anything else. The ugly guys I forget, but the guys like Brady Quinn, they're on the tip of my tongue. I wish.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Oh, this is Arnold. This is not a tumor. It's the 1 to 2 hour. All right.
Much better. The Bush administration to be respected.
Administrations to be respected.
Very good. We may continue. No tricks.
She's a very strong second. Condoleezza right behind Miriam Oliphant. 73 votes to 88. You know, I'm thinking about Clarence, and I'm thinking evil things. You know, like I'd like to stick him right inside of Moe's rectum. I really would. Just make him disappear. Goes to show you that he just, in fact, I think Clarence, our program director, probably resents the fact that this show always gets the highest ratings on a radio station because it's the only one that's not a sports show. That probably just frost his little skinny ass.
Do you want to give away a pair of Marlins tickets?
Huh?
Do you want to give away a pair of Marlins tickets?
Well, where are we going to get them?
I'll take it from the other show.
Well, wait a minute. Scott, are you listening to what he just said?
I sure did.
This is the same man who told me, just because I'm the old man, you think my Alzheimer's kicked in. You just got through telling me in the last hour and a half that you have nothing to do with it. It's not your
job. With the placing, no, but I could take it away from the other show. Nobody.
How can you do that?
I'll scratch off the thing and put, no, you don't have a giveaway.
You'll scratch off your thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I'm not there to watch.
Give a pair away if you
want. Scratch off the, what?
Give away a pair if you want.
Well, you could have done this a long time ago, you little spick.
Yeah, but it's much more fun the other way.
Oh, I see. Just to torture see, it's like basically saying to our audience, well, screw you people. You're not the sports nerds, so you'll have to tune into the Mad Dog or the Humper or one of those to get, now these for tonight's game.
Well, they're already tuned into here, so.
Are they for tonight's game or what? But that's the point.
No,
the fact
for Sunday's game.
The fact that they're already tuned into here means we'd like to reward them for being loyal listeners, like that last guy that called before that wrote us down, and we can't say Arbitron, stuff like that. You know, people like that are nice to us. Not all of our people, just the callers are assholes, about 80% of them. But we do have a lot of nice people who listen. It's like when you started going to those appearances and said, oh, gee, this is the Neil Rogers crowd? No, those are the groupies. The groupies, 90% of them people are from a mental institution. Well, somebody said that.
Troy said that.
Who?
Troy. Remember he was scared that day at Brandy's?
Oh, well, he ought to be scared at Brandy's. Okay, that's his hood.
Neil?
Yes.
You have nice people who listen, right?
Yeah.
How come they don't call?
Because, let me ask you, how many times have you called a talk show in your life?
Well, he's a talk show guy. He's called many times.
You have?
About 30. What?
You're a talk show caller?
No.
How many times, let me ask you again, how many times have you called a talk show in your life? Okay, let's go to Miguel, okay, while you're thinking about that, while you're adding them up. How about Miguel? How many times have you called a talk show?
Never.
Never. How many people do you know, other than the groupies that come to our appearances, how many people do you know who call talk shows? Ever? None. None. No, I'm not going to ask you any more questions, because with you there's only questions, there's no answers. There's just dead air. That's going to be your new nickname, Mr. Dead Air.
My
so
friends
the bottom
don't know
line
from AM,
is that
so.
Most people have a life, especially this show is on in the middle of the day. It's not like we're on like late at night when all the drunks and insomniacs want to call Eddie K and find out did they cover the spread on a ball game, stuff like that. This is right in the middle of the day. Most people have a life.
That's not true.
Well, that's right. Well, see, I'm in Toronto. I forgot. Most people here have a life. I wonder if that Leafs game is on again, one of those exhibition games. Oh, Leafs lunch.
Town that can build that bone castle and turkeys tomorrow night.
Sorry, man, Leafs lunch on Leafs TV. I can just imagine in South Florida, Panthers TV. The Panthers with their own TV network. Oh, I can just see that.
Vehicular homicide.
And what's on this? Oh, there's the Dan Snyder story again. Very sad. Although Atlanta won last night for Dan Snyder 2-1. Did you see that?
No.
The Thrashers won 2-1, and they dedicated the victory to Dan. He's up there in the sky, or he was somewhere. How many goals Danny Heatley score? So anyway, how many times have you called talk shows, Scott?
Oh, about 30.
9.
Because we'll give away a pair of tickets this hour. Okay, now the phones are starting to vibrate. Look at that, they're vibrating. But we'll get to them eventually. For Sunday's game, right? Now, let's see, because it's tied at a game apiece, so that means there definitely will be a game 5.
That is correct.
Could be
that
the
is
clinching
correct.
game.
That could be the deciding game after the Marlins kick some ass tonight and again tomorrow. That could be the clinching game that sends the Marlins to the World Series for the second time in franchise history against the Yankees. Oh, won't that? Now, you're not going to be rooting for the Yankees if the Marlins win on the series, are you?
Of course I am.
You're going to be rooting for the Yankees against the Marlins?
I'm not even going to the game tomorrow night that I have tickets for because I'm going to the Bruin game.
I thought it was the Panthers Bruin game.
Yeah.
He's going
to the Bruins game, not the Panthers game.
Right, exactly.
Those are where your tickets are going, man.
Boy, I'm going to tell you something, mister. Oh, boy.
And your free parking.
Just wait till you come to my house for more hockey tickets, okay? Casino mogul Steve Wynn is one of the people who know Siegfried and
Roy
the best. He's one of the duo's closest friends and hired the illusionist when he built the Mirage in '90. He even built a special theater just for their show for Siegfried and
Roy.
Wynn gave an exclusive interview to Las Vegas Channel 8 Eyewitness News anchor Gary Waddell Wednesday. He says that what happened Friday night was a fluke, something that should have never occurred, and something that no one could have foreseen. He continued to say that even as
Roy
was being carried off stage by the tiger, he was saying he didn't want anything to happen to the cat. Even though Wynn was in Idaho Friday night when the incident happened on stage, he was one of the first people called. He flew home Saturday morning and then went straight to the hospital to visit
Roy.
He then began the task of trying to figure out how something like this could happen. Now wait till you hear this convoluted, this is amazing. And maybe he's right, I don't know.
Would
what do I know about
the ladies' thing?
The ladies with the big freaky hair. Wynn said for sure that Montecore didn't attack
Roy.
Horn. He said that reports that
Roy
was attacked are false. A string of unfortunate events led to the tiger carrying
Roy
off stage as if he were a cub. Montecore would never attack
Roy.
In a way the tiger was trying to protect him, he said. Wynn spoke to many people on the scene and pieced together the following new information. So I guess you've already heard this, right?
Yes.
As fascinated and distracted by a woman with a big hairdo in the front row. Instead of Montecore going down, facing forward with
Roy,
he did a 90-degree turn, kind of like the way that Clarence does with the Beast, and faced sideways toward the woman with the big hairdo. For whatever reason, Montecore was fascinated and distracted by the guest sitting ringside. Montecore got down on all fours and put his 26-inch head 4 inches away from the woman. She thinks this was adorable and part of the show, and she reaches out and tries to rub him under his chin. Kitty, 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 kitty. Meanwhile,
Roy
is talking and sees this move that's way wrong all the way around. As usual, the heroic fellow that he is,
Roy
jumps between the woman and the tiger. At that point,
Roy
tried to get the tiger's attention by pulling back on the leash and saying, No. Come on, get up. Get up, Montecore, as if to say, no, I'm not ready yet, doesn't respond. Meanwhile,
Roy
continued to command him to get up. The tiger gently reached up and grabbed
Roy
his right arm with his jaws between
Roy
elbow and wrist in a very gentle way.
Roy
Did not receive as much as a scratch on his arm, nor was his costume torn. That's how gentle Montecore's grip was on
Roy.
This behavior is similar to how a house cat or dog might react as a gentle warning without hurting the person it loves. Meanwhile,
Roy
loudly commanded the cat to release its grip by saying, No. Release several times. He had to whack him with the rubber microphone several times to try to get the tiger to release the grip. This didn't hurt the tiger, but did make a loud noise. Meanwhile,
Roy
continued to pull on Montecore's leash, not realizing that the cat had put its big paw behind one of his legs. Now,
Roy
falls backwards on stage over the paw of Montecore lying flat on his back. 4 stagehands rush out and jump on the cat. Montecore gets confused. He's supposed to be with
Roy
walking off stage. What's going on here, he wonders. That's what meanwhile,
Roy
is lying down in front of him with his feet toward the audience, his head toward the curtain. Montecore gets up and, as cool as a cucumber, leans over and picks up
Roy
like a cub on the right side of his neck. Not a bite, not an attack. He picks him up. There was no damage to
Roy
his neck, but there were 2 puncture wounds, and one of those teeth went through
Roy
vertebral artery, severed it with the one behind his neck. That's what caused the stroke and massive bleeding, putting him in a near-death situation. Montecore picked up
Roy
with all the excitement and walks with perfect blocking according to the act, does his exit at the right speed, right off stage, left, and goes into his cage, which is where he goes to get transported home. Like a good boy. He goes into the cage and tries to bring
Roy
in with him. Stagehands backstage use a technique that made Montecore release.
Roy
They closed the door on Montecore and
Roy
lay bleeding on the floor. Then
Roy
was rushed to UMC. Wynn underscores that the animal was acting to protect.
Roy
He explained that during a lethal attack, a predator's instinct is to violently grab its prey by the neck, vigorously shakes its head, snapping the neck of its prey. This is not what happened. That's what Tiny used to do, like with the little lizards, you know? You ever see a dog grab a hold of something and, like, shake it, like, violently, like...
Mm-hmm.
Ever see that?
Yep.
When Gary Wydell was with Steve Wynn, he got a call from Bernie Human, Siegfried and
Roy!
manager. Human said they had just brought,
Roy!
Oh, this is today. They just brought
Roy!
dog to visit in the hospital, and that
Roy!
had responded by petting his dog. How do you like that? So he's making a little bit of a comeback there, you sadistic bastards. And wasn't I just talking about dogs only moments before? I'm telling you, I'm scary. Make no mistake about it. I really am. Just look at me.
Definitely.
12 minutes past 1. So what's the deal? We're giving away a pair of tickets for Sunday's game of the Cubs and the Marlins at PP Park.
If you so insist.
Well, what's good for the goose is good for the dander, ain't it? What the hell's wrong with you people, man? You sports nerds, you silly-ass bastards. If it isn't sports, it isn't crap. That should be the bumper sticker if we had any, which we don't. That should be the QM bumper sticker. We only have Neil Rogers on because we need to because of those numbers and all the money he's bringing in. But if we really had our druthers, we'd like to stick that old fag in Lake Ontario and float his old body off to Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester where he was born 100 years ago. That's what they'd like to do. They'd like to discard all of us, but we're just like a necessary evil. That's the way they look at us. That's why this business blows, Greg. It blows. 113, how's Miriam Oliphant doing? She's got 101 votes. Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? Miriam, 101. Condoleezza, 79. Justice Clarence Thomas. Clarence Token Thomas, 63. And then it's way down. Eminem, 15. Oprah, 13. Brian Gumbel, 8. Greg Gumbel, 4. Jay Fiedler, 3. Donovan McNabb still has 3. And Johnny Cochran's got a pair. I'll talk about a pair of really interesting people. Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto. They're a real pair at Hallett Pontiac GMC, and they'd like you to know that the 2003 Neil Rogers blowout sale is still going on right now at Hallett Pontiac GMC. Get yourself the lowest prices anywhere in town at Hallett. Here's deal number 1. Save up to $7,000 as Hallett offers you the highest rebates of the year, plus deep down into your pantaloonies discounts on all remaining 2003 models, including the Yukon and the Envoy XL. Neil deal numero 2. Get 0% financing for up to 5 years. And listen to this. You can lease yourself a fully loaded 2004 Grand Prix GT at Hallett Pontiac right now for a mere $259 a month for 36 months with 12,000 miles a year, and you pay only $2,500 out of pocket. And Hallett, as always, as they've had for a long time, over 35 years, an unbeatable selection of certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that you can bet Scott's life on. That's how good they are. And if credit is a problem, like for Scott Jr. there, or for maybe once hung out with Jeff DeForest, maybe used to hang out at the Indian joint. If you have a credit problem, it's very rarely a problem at Hallett because they'll work with you real close and personal to make sure you get a deal. It's the 2003 blowout sale that's going on right now at Hallett Pontiac GMC, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls. Open every day, 7 days a week. If you want more info on these great Neil deals, call the Neil Deal hotline toll free at 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211. 4211. Don't forget all these Neil deals subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for all the details. That's Hallett Pontiac GMC, who definitely be professional grade.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Hey, you bastards.
Coming up next on Queer Eye for that Palestinian guy, we make over Yasser Arafat.
He's trying to take over the PLO again from that Muhammad, what's his name? If he's to succeed, he needs some help.
No kidding. I mean, what is up with that do-rag? I mean, it's so 5 minutes ago.
Really? And that scraggly beard. I mean, who are you?
It's going to be our biggest challenge ever, but we're ready to scrap that drab wardrobe and transform Yasser from a Ringo Starr lookalike to a... Well, he's still going to look like Ringo, but just cleaner.
We need to do something about those glasses, too.
Oh, we're going to be doing just a ton of things on the next Queer Eye for that Palestinian guy. Thursday nights at 8.
119 at 560, the latest CNN Gallup poll. Democratic contenders for president. Wesley Clark, 21%. Howard Dean, 16%. John Kerry, who looks old and scary, 13. He's tied with Drew Lieberman with 13. This is nationwide. Dick Gebhardt, only 8% for Dick. Al Sharpton, 6%. Carol Mosley Brown, 4%. 2% for John Edwards. And who's the other one? And Dennis Kucinich has got about 6 people who know who he is and whom I left out. That's it. Right?
Okay.
And Bobby Graham, he's already dropped out. What a shame. We like you, Bobby Graham. We respect you. We appreciate your honesty. You did a good job in exposing these fascists we got in there right now and all the bull crap and about the fact we got all these other terrorists we ought to be worried about, et cetera, and so on. But Nobody's paying no attention to him because they're worried about Kobe Bryant, ball games, and what's the other thing? And Joe Millionaire.
And Roy.
And, of course,
Roy!
Oh, exactly, that little putty cat. Now, how do we want to give this pair of tickets away? Now, is this going to put you on the outs with clearance?
No.
In addition to which, when you say you can change from one of the other shows, how many pair, just out of curiosity, not that it's necessarily my business, but I'll make it my business, how many pair of tickets are you giving away?
1 per show.
So whose tickets are you going to take away? They're going to piss somebody off then.
Well, Mad Dog yesterday says he listens, so I'm going to take him from Hammer.
He listens to this show?
Right.
Yeah, he does listen to this show. Hank listens to this show. Are you crazy?
Damn it.
He's sure not listening to Romy. He's not going to make that mistake again. Remember the last guy that was out with Romy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Hank did it first, although we forgave him because we like Hank. But in the other case, we hate the other one.
Absolutely.
That was on there consorting with the enemy. Oh, well, I didn't check the affiliate list, but I do listen to it every day. Oh, man. Brother, talk about lying yourself into a corner.
Rome.
I beg your pardon?
That was somebody else, not Rome.
Whoever the hell it was. What difference does it make who it was? See, there he goes correcting me again. So you're going to take him away from the humper?
How does it feel?
Well, that's
Yeah,
not
I'll take
right.
it from the humper.
That's not right, taking him away from Hank.
Well, I can't take it from the morning show. They're already gone.
Now, did Mo give away a pair this morning?
Yep.
Let's take away the pair. Let's find out who. They probably got him in a out front at the desk.
I'm
steal. Huh?
I'm on it.
Yeah, let's steal the ones that Mo gave away, and we'll give them away instead to somebody else. Because anybody who listens to Mo's show is our enemy anyway, so we hate them like poison.
Tough.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Good, you piece of crap, you. Now, we can't do that, because can you imagine the scene he would make then? Oh, my God. He'd probably fall out of the broadcast booth in Jacksonville Sunday. To which Mad Dog would go, all right. Yeah, probably have a party. So anyway, we'll take the Humper's tickets. He's not going to worry about it.
Okay.
Is he, you think?
Nah.
I don't want to ruffle his feathers, man. I mean, it wouldn't be right. You mean to say a big shot station like ours doesn't have, and what about my tickets for this, serious
we can give away yours, yeah.
Now, how the hell are they going to get those? And what if John decides he wants to go to the game?
Well,
like I said, let's give away Hank's tickets. Screw Hank. 5670560. You know what I'm saying, Humper? Don't take it personal, but screw you, you know? It's like anything else, you know, first online, first come, first serve. We got him, we're going to grab him. It's all right. If the tables were turned, he'd do the same damn thing, wouldn't he?
No.
Well, too bad. And let's see, look at the lines. They're foaming at them out there. They're all ringing like crazy. I haven't decided how to do it yet, though. Because if we're going to steal Hank's tickets and give away a pair of tickets for Sunday's Marlin Cub game, we should at least do it creatively and to kill some really good time, shouldn't we?
yeah, you got about, 40 minutes.
Oh, God almighty. 4 minutes to kill. I feel like I've been here 100 hours today. With all due respect to Scott. See, it's not Miguel that's the problem today. It's Scott. Who at least you have the same answer to any question that anyone that asks you on this show. You know what the answer is? That's it. You just heard it. Dead air. Silence. The sounds of silence. How many times you called a talk show, Scott?
9.
What was the attendance at that, and no matter what the question is, it's the same response.
9.
Nothing. Silence. Dead air. And don't be starting to play Robert Grieper drop-ins either, if you want to keep this job. Another right-wing piece of turd. See, with Miguel, he's a right-wing piece of crap, but we like him. But in Robert Grieper's case, we don't like him. In addition to which, he's associated with that goddamn early morning show.
Absolutely.
That we just follow, although he hates Mo too, like poison. Robert Grieper hates you, Mo, because I know you're listening.
Do you know what the other shows do?
What is that?
They raffle them off. Why don't we give the tickets to whoever donates the highest amount to Abandoned Pet Rescue?
No, we don't play that. See,
That's not what they're doing either.
No, we don't do that. I hate doing that. That's just, I understand where you're coming from. That would be nice, but, no.
Okay.
By the way, you think Mo's,
I'm listening.
I knew it. 5, we hate you, Mo. Everybody, we just took a poll. It's unanimous. We took that survey yesterday about the recall, Mo. Even more than Gay Davis. They want you out. Right now. OUT. Marching orders here for you, Mo. Out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No problem at all. And don't come back from Jacksonville either.
Absolutely.
Idiot. Oh, now look at this. I see he's on the menu on the thing for next week for Monday morning. How's he going to do that? How's he going to come back all the way from Jacksonville and be able to do a Monday morning show? Doesn't he need like his beauty rest? So now what are you saying? What we ought to do is like put all these people, well, we'll see. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got some news for you. Maybe you know him right now.
Okay.
Your friend is back in town.
Who's
he
that?
has a show on NBC.
Who's that?
Rick Sutton.
Yeah, we know that. It's old news. Plus, you're too old, too. No old people are going to get the tickets for me, okay? If you're over the age of 100, forget about it.
Scores. I love California.
Oh, there's Arnold playing the banjo or whatever the hell he was playing. What an idiot. What an asshole, man. Just unbelievable. I think they deserve him out there. If that's what they want, they got him. I think the punk that called yesterday, even though he's an idiot, I think he was right. Why should we worry about it, right?
Right.
Just because it's another right-wing fascist takeover, another way to undermine the electoral process. Why the hell should we care? Well, we got all these important ball games coming up. And you know what else is coming up? Even more important than the ball games. Damn, it's the only reason I wish that I was there right now. Tonight, Pompano Park opens its 40th anniversary season of great harness racing tonight. Don't forget, we got a new post time at Pompino, 7:05 p.m. for the first race. Poker Room is open from noon till midnight every live racing day, including right now as I speak. If you like her, poker. Pompano Park open 7 days and nights a week, featuring the best in harness, thoroughbred, and highlight action, simulcasting from all across North America for you to watch and, of course, plunge your lungs on. And don't forget, see, I'm eating Swiss cheese now. I shouldn't have done that. And don't forget that general parking, general admission, always free at Pompano Park. New this season at Pompano, a 20% increase in purses, a nightly giveaway of a $400 betting voucher, and a revamped free Power Play Rewards program that gives you points for either betting the horses or playing poker that you can redeem for special gifts and betting vouchers. And opening night tonight, the first 500 fans age 18 and over will get a free $2 pick for a wager, special $1 night beer for beers, hot dogs, sodas, and lots more. Plus, tonight is family fun night at Pompano Park with free mini horse rides and face painting, a live radio broadcast from some bogus radio station, and free drawings to get into the money machine with $1,000 inside. And you can also win Sea Escape dinners/cruise tickets at Pompano night. Lots of reason to get there. Plus, you won't miss the ball game because you can watch the Marlins and the Cubs tonight and tomorrow also on any of the over 1,000 TV sets all around the track. So plunge your guts, enjoy the ball game, have a great time, maybe get lucky and win some of those prizes at Pompano Park, the block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For the new racing schedule, call 972-2000 or go on the web at pompanopark.com. Don't forget, opening night tonight, post time for the first race, 7:05 at Pompano Park.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Holy cow. Neil Rogers is right. The Cubs suck.
See you tomorrow, Howard.
Oh, yeah, you too, Goldie. Have a good day in paradise, okay? Yeah, get lost, you punk, you part of me.
Hey, you Howard, David.
Yeah, that's right. Star of stage screen in paradise. Say, you look like Wilt Chamberlain.
That's 'cause I is Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, but you're dead.
So are you. Now get behind the car.
What for? Why?
I said get moved.
What do you require?
Get back behind the car.
Hey, get the hands off the merchandise here.
Scream all you want.
Okay,
No one's
all
gonna
right, all right.
No one but the smokers down here in the garage.
Hey, what do you require of me?
I require you drop your pants. Now.
Now, see here.
Right now.
Okay,
I want those pants
Drop
dropped
them,
down the...
Hey, you like it?
Now bend over.
Oh, okay, on the trunk here. Is that nice?
I said bend over now.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Now squeal like a pig. Squeal like a pig.
Okay.
That's Squeal!
See, that's kind of nice.
I gotta move.
Hey, where you going? Don't I get a dinner?
Will Chamberlain. He raped Howard.
132 at 560 WQM. Now, you notice the lines aren't like smoking that we're going to give these tickets away. Or wouldn't you think that if they were really designed, they're going $2,500 a piece. Now, where are these tickets? Are these like primo tickets or are they like nosebleeds? Huh?
I'm not saying where they are.
Oh, they're bad. They're
you
like
want some calls, right?
They're nosebleed tickets?
Yeah, they're up there.
But still, if people want to like scalp these, they'd probably get like what, 500, 400?
You still get a lot of money for it, yeah.
Exactly. No matter if they're like they're in the ballpark. We're not going to say exactly where. They're not like right behind where Wayne was supposedly sitting right behind the dugout, but they're in the ballpark.
Yes.
And that's it. But I don't even see line 9 ringing now. I'm not. Let me do this other story, which I find most interesting, right on the heels of the first one about Steve Wynn.
Mm-hmm.
Animal experts say tiger meant to kill.
Roy!
Now we're talking. Animal experts yesterday disputed a theory that a tiger accidentally mauled Horn of the duo Siegfried and Roy, saying the 600-pound animal was going for the jugular. Kind of like something Ann Coulter or Miss Fudge would do, going for the jugular. The cat wasn't trying to protect him, said Jonathan Kraft, who runs the Arizona-based nonprofit group Keepers of the Wild. That was a typical killing bite, he said. I admire the guys. I just think they're sending a wrong message, Kraft said. The message needs to be, these are wild animals. Not that these are people that ought to be, that the creatures you ought to be taking home as a pet like that asshole in New York who was trying to recreate the Garden of Eden. And he's lucky that the lion didn't decide he was going to be eating him, or tiger, whatever the hell it was. Horn's partner, Siegfried Fischbacher, said Wednesday in interviews on CNN and ABC that the animal had been trying to help Horn after the illusionist slipped during Friday's performance. Fischbacher said he was backstage when the Royal White Tiger, named Monacore, took hold of Horn's neck and dragged him off stage. They must have known that. I've been about just putting the last name on here and not putting Roy. Thank you very much for doing that, whoever wrote this story at AP. Show workers set off fire extinguishers to distract the tiger, which then scurried to his cage. Now, that's not what the other story from Steve Wynn said at all, was it? Nope. The other story said he, finished off the act and dutifully went right to his cage and tried to drag right in there with him. Fischbacher said Horn muttered after the attack, "Don't harm the cat." Louis Dorfman, a Dallas animal behaviorist, said Fischbacher's account of an accidental mauling was a beautiful story, but it just doesn't wash. Stress led to the bite, said Dorfman, who works with the International Exotic Feline Sanctuary in Texas. It was an outlet for his irritation. Roy got lucky. Siegfried and Roy debuted in 1940 at the Mirage. Yanni remains in critical condition. Alan Feldman cautioned the full story probably won't be known until Horn can talk. Roy! So there you go. This story says the animal experts say that the tiger meant to kill him, meant to kill his ass. He got agitated and at that point just decided for the attack. You know, he's a wild animal. Right. Kind of like somebody else used to work for us. Roy! Funny they had the same name. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Anybody want a pair of tickets to the Marlin Cub Game 5 of the NLCS Sunday? And what time is that game? I'm looking on the schedule. Oh, it's 4:40 is the first pitch. Because we got the Dolphin game. It's a damn good thing the Dolphin game is a 1 o'clock game. You know what?
Sunday it's at 7.
What?
30. Right? Dolphin game's at 1, so it has to be after that. 4:30?
I'm looking right here, Mr. Hotshot. I'm looking here.
I'm looking at next week's schedule. Don't mind me.
What an asshole, man.
Yeah.
Right here is the revised schedule. Duff sent it to me this morning. And one thing about Miss Lindsay, she don't make mistakes, okay?
Duff, get off this instant.
Right.
That's fine.
Dolphins at Jacksonville at 1. Oh, you know what? This has got to really piss them off, though. You know? You want to know why? Because as opposed to the usual 80-hour post-game show, they got to, really hurry it up. Locker room show is only 35 minutes, 4 to 4:35, and it's going to be short than that because the game never ends at 4 anyway. It's just going to be Mad Dog coming on going. All right. Like that, if they win. And, of course, if the Dolphins should lose to Jacksonville, which is highly unlikely because it's a girls' thing, then he'll just have time to say...
A stench of cow manure hovers over this performance by the Dolphins.
And then we got the Dolphins point. Oh, I see. They're moving that over to 790, so they're still going to get all the spots in. Marlins on deck. Oh, this doesn't make... Oh, this is enough to give me a headache. Look at this.
No.
4:35 till 7. We're still running the 80 hours of post-game extravaganza for the Dolphin game, but that'll be on Waxy 790. The Marlins on deck is on Waxy 790 from 4 to 4:40, but then you got to turn over to 560 for the actual Marlin Cub game 5 on. Oh, Jesus God! And then of course, it's just too complex for me. I can't handle it. Too much.
Marlins game will be here. Bottom line.
On QAM.
Right.
And the Dolphin game will be on QAM.
Correct.
Okay, let's do the break, and then we'll give away a pair of tickets to the game on Sunday, okay? I'm not really sure. I'll just go up and down the lines, and I'll see who sounds like they deserve it. That old fart that was hawking me about. Who was he talking about? Some old coot? Some old friend of mine? What was he talking about? Yeah, exactly. See, that's how memorable it was. Don't call us again, sir. We don't talk to anybody over the age of death. 21 till 2 at 560 WQM. If you want to replace that tired, sad, worn-out old carpeting in your home, let me tell you about a great alternative, Laminates Are Us. This is the easy, low-maintenance alternative to natural wood flooring, which is so damn expensive. Laminates Are Us, which is not so damn expensive, is the best, smartest place to find laminated wood flooring from Peridor, Pergo, Wilson Art, Unifloor, and Quickstep. And all of their flooring at Laminates Are Us is installed by people who really know their crap, Pergo certified installers. Here's another good reason why you should call Laminates Are Us. Their prices are so low, it'll positively floor you. Right now, you can get their fall special for just $1,495. Just $1,495 gets you up to 295 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring, which is positively unbelievable. And Laminates Are Us will match any legitimate written offer, too. If you want you a free in-home estimate, no obligation, call Laminates Are Us and tell them that cranky old Neil told you to call 1-877-777-3336. It's a piece of cake. They give you free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, a 25-year warranty, and long years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. Call them today. Laminates Are Us. It's a toll-free call. 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Neil, so I might as well have one with you, too.
Santana. You've heard him play his Grammy performance with Rob Thomas. And on the latest hit with Michelle Branch. Everybody wants Santana on their song, so we've compiled a CD collection of every artist Santana has ever played with, like Eminem,
Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
the Dixie Chicks, Andrea Bocelli, it's Santana's Licks for Everyone CD, including unreleased tracks from Carlos and John Tesh.
But someday your journey will end, and I will be there for you as well.
Yes, he's a guitar-playing whore who will play with anybody, except, of course, Kelly Clarkson.
A moment like this.
No way, man. Santana's Licks for Everyone. Order now and receive a personalized bonus track where Santana plays your very own birthday song.
Happy birthday, dear Stanley.
Call now.
It's 16 till 2. How come we can't give away Ed Kaplan's tickets?
He ain't got none.
He doesn't have any?
No.
Well, what the hell is he, chopped liver? Oh,
yeah,
my
much.
God. What about the big...
Oh! When's his show?
Not anytime soon. I'm looking on the schedule. I don't see him anytime soon. To which we say...
All right.
Child molester beaten up by one of his victims in Tampa jail cell. Which we also say...
All right. All right. All right.
A convicted child molester was beaten unconscious by one of his past victims. Oh, my God, while they shared a jail holding cell, authorities said. How do you like that?
Nice.
The former victim, a 22-year-old man being held on a probation violation, recognized Kevin Kinder as the man who abused him and 3 other boys when he was only 11 years old. He jumped on Kinder, punched him repeatedly, and knocked him unconscious yesterday, said the man's lawyer, Ricky Escobar.
Hey, now.
Kin?
No.
It's such a fluke that these two ended up in the same place at the same time, said the former victim's mother, Judy Coronet. Oh, she makes great bathroom tissue. And she plays a mean chin ball and skin coronet. But think about how my son feels. She said he was finally able to confront Kinder and fight back after 11 years. I think it's damn therapeutic. We say, you go, boy.
All right.
Nice going. Neither man's jail paperwork indicated their history, so they were inadvertently placed in the same cell with about 65 of them. You see the way God works?
Oh, God.
He works in mysterious ways, man. This asshole got what for? Kinder, 31, is serving 60 years in state prison on a probation violation after serving 6 years for molesting the 4 boys. He was in Tampa for a hearing. Lovely. Excellent. Both men suffered minor injuries. Beat the crap out of him, okay? And by the way, while you're beating on him, just say, hey, remember Father Gagan? Kill Bill is in the theaters today. You see it yet?
No.
What the hell not?
I'm here.
Well, the way this show is going, I'd be watching a movie instead. Now here's the review by Joel Siegel of ABC News. I don't know if Joel Siegel is I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because all the movie reviewers, you have to take it with a grain of salt, depending on whether they're like cryptic, acerbic, you know. He says, here's the deal. Kill Bill was supposed to be one movie, but when they started putting it together, they knew it was way too long, so they cut the movie in half, and coincidentally, that's what happened to most of the actors, too. They also got cut in half. Quentin Tarantino gave us Pulp Fiction, a great film, according to Joel Siegel. That tells me a lot. He said, in effect, that in Kill Bill, he was going to make an action film and leave out the slow parts. He did. He left out big parts of the story. We don't really know who these characters are, what they're doing, and why they're trying to kill each other. The result is all kill, no bill. Technically, it's terrific. It looks great, and the fans will love it. The sound deserves an Oscar. I think Tarantino is a genius, but I'm not sure I want to be alone in a room with him. Uma Thurman is a member of the Deadly Viper assassination squad, but when she tried to quit, other members tried to kill her. When she comes out of a 4-year coma, she seeks revenge. A dish director Tarantino serves with ketchup. Kill Bill is the bloodiest, most violent film I've ever seen. To which we say, all right. The violence is so over the top, so super operatic that it becomes cartoony and borders on funny. But is that what Tarantino wants? I think so, but because we never know anything about why these people are trying to kill each other, there's no way to tell if this film is a satire on violence or a celebration of violence. I can't pass judgment on a half a film any more than I could review a play if I'd only been allowed to see the first act, and review a book if I were only allowed to read every other page. Grade incomplete, says Joel Siegel on ABC News. Take it with a grain of salt. But he does say it's the most violent film he's ever seen.
Oh!
So there you go. Those of you who like gore and blood and guts, Al Gore. Hey, wake up, Al. You lost. Here's the result on our poll. See, you notice how I'm like stalling this off?
No,
on the
I've
tickets.
noticed.
Which of these people do you most strong? Well, what time did you tell me we get? About 45 minutes ago, right?
About an hour ago, yeah.
Oh, man. Can I do it?
Yes.
Or what? Which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? Miriam Elephant, the election supervisor in Broward County.
Broward!
They hate her. 125 say, get lost, honey. Condoleezza, 91. Clarence Thomas, 74. Oprah's got only 19. Eminem, 17. Brian Gumbel, 11. Greg Gumbel, 5. He's awful, man. All you sports nerds out there, what do you be thinking about? God. And in fact, that isn't just because of skin color, because he's very light complected like his brother. But if he wasn't Brian Gumbel, is there any chance he'd be on there? No, and he's the lead football guy on CBS. He blows. He is pathetic. Donovan McNabb, 5. Jay Fiedler, 4. And Johnny Cochran, 4 out of 355 votes. Okay, let's get to it, shall we?
Okay.
Or do you want to do the break first?
Go for the break first.
Yeah.
Now listen, we're not yanking your chain. I mean, that would be, even I couldn't do that. We're going to give away a pair of tickets for Game 5. Miguel says they're like in the ballpark. I mean, you may be having a hangover the upper deck, but they're in the ballpark.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
G is for the ghastly things it can do. U is for ugly rednecks who own more than 2. N is for the NRA that wants your friends to die today. S is for the sedentary, pasty inbred buying any guns. That phallic symbol pleases you. Guns supplement your teeny mushroom. Use your gun today to kill some kids for the NRA. Guns were made for schmucks like you. G is for the gory things you can do. U is undereducated, inbred goons. N is for the NRA, that's spelled sideways, says USA. Z, easy to get more of, all the death that you adore. Guns kill anyone who bothers you. Guns will make your weenie feel so huge. Use my gun here, take it when you clean it, please don't break it. Guns were made to kill me too. Guns are made for schmucks just like you. Guns were made to kill me and you. No, please!
155 at 560 WQ. We almost backed ourselves into a corner, you know what?
Why is that?
Well, we almost ran out of time before giving away Hank's tickets. I mean, our tickets.
That would be just awful.
That would be really bad. See, Clarence, you really pissed me off. I hope you're listening, you little putz. How come Mo had a pair?
Absolutely.
And Pharrell had a pair before they chopped him off.
Absolutely.
And the Humper has a pair, and the Mad Dog's got a pair, right? Well, what the hell are we, like chopped liver?
Yes.
Yeah, small potatoes, I guess. WQAM ticket line.
Yeah, I'd like to get in the mix.
You want to be in the mix?
Yeah.
You been to any games yet?
I spent 4 hours online last weekend and couldn't get a ticket.
Okay, hang on, man.
Thanks.
You got him. Was that easy?
Wow.
Oh, wow, great.
No problem. Hold on. Well, he sounds like a reasonable guy, doesn't he?
Well, they all do when they're being nice.
No. How about that old fart that was called about Rick Sanchez? That guy wasn't it. He was an old college, an old coach. Of course, that guy probably didn't even know about the tickets. He probably thought they were tickets for Skoogans or something. Who the hell knows? So there, that took care of that. We didn't need to have a lot of time left at the end, right?
Piece of
That's
cake.
it?
Well, no, it's not it. Yeah, we got 3.5 minutes. If you want it to be it, I mean, I'm ready right now. I got my shirt on.
I meant this is the guy who gets.
That's the guy that gets the tickets right there. He's not just in the mix. What do you want me to do? Like do a big melodramatic thing out of it?
No.
It's a couple of tickets in the upper deck. The guy's probably going to swoon. He's going to need to bring a tank of oxygen with him.
Well, they're facing the field, if that
Why
helps.
do you have him still on hold there? We got 3.5 minutes.
Because he can't listen to you and talk to the guy at the same time.
But you don't need to listen to me anymore, okay? This is it. You're done. I mean, what do you do? And you don't have to play some little cutie like George does, okay, after the ID. You don't feel compelled to do that, okay?
Oh, that's half the fun.
Huh?
That's half the fun.
What's the other half? When you're dealing with Scott Jr. there, what's the other half of the fun?
Oh, you should
that's
see him
right,
in
the
action.
show ends. We go home. It's the weekend, right. Okay, so do whatever the hell you want, but at least be in touch with that guy and don't think that I'm yanking with him, and give him the tickets. I hope he enjoys it. Enjoy the game, pal. Hope that's the game the Marlins wrap it all up. Because not that I'll say it again, I'm not going to be a phony. I don't really watch that much baseball. I don't care about it no more. But it's just something nice that can happen in South Florida where there's so many miserable, hateful, nasty people and so much crap that goes on, and Alien and the hanging chads, you know the stuff.
Something
and the
fun.
hurricanes and the hurricoons, all of these things. So how many people they have there for the Hobart game?
For the what game?
For the game against FIU. How about the Miami-Dade game? How many people they have for that?
Oh, see, now that was a sellout.
How about for the Broward Community College, the BCC game? How many do they have the Hurricanes for that, huh? About 40 people? You're so full of crap. Oh, the Hurricanes sell out all the time. I'm going to tell you, this whole thing started because I've been around a little bit longer than you, including in this town.
Just a little bit.
And when this whole thing started, with becoming a professional football factory as opposed to anything else, is just plain old suntan U, which they used to be, it was notorious. If they were playing like Notre Dame, Florida, or FSU, they'd have a huge crowd, Orange Bowl packed. And if they play any of the lesser lights, it was like they're lucky to get 15 to 20,000. Then when they started winning all these national championships, and it became like an obsession, and it became the in thing to do to everybody jump on that bandwagon. Then all of a sudden they started drawing like more people for even the lesser lights, but not sold out.
It was Michael Irvin started the whole thing.
Well, screw him and Jimmy Johnson. Hey, Jimmy, to you, okay, and Wayne Hypinga. Wayne, don't be darkening our airwaves no mo. Speaking of darkening our airwaves, which of these people do you most strongly believe is successful or has a job because of their skin color? Miriam Elephant Man, out of 377 votes, Miriam's leading the pack. 130 votes. They hate you, honey. And she refuses to go away. And, of course, she's got a bunch of militant people supporting her, and that's why she's still there.
Asking for more money.
Right. And firing everybody in sight. Condoleezza Rice, 97. Clarence Thomas, 79. Eminem, 20. Oprah, 19. Bryant Gumbel, 11. Johnny Cochran, 7. Donovan McNabb, 5. Greg Gumbel, 5. Jay Fiedler, 4. A quick lesson for Scott Jr. there, although he's on the phone. A quick lesson in word association. You know the Notre Dame quarterback, Brady Quinn? Who's my favorite quarterback?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Who's the coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Pat Quinn.
Bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Stop with the damn K card.
I'm listening.